Hello and welcome to the final episode of the Canceled Podcast. That was way harder for us than it should have been.
I know. And said with too much enthusiasm now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, I didn't like the upturn of that. It should be like hello and welcome to the final.
Yeah, for the edits at least.
Wow. I don't even know where to begin. And this doesn't feel real. And of course we are in some dumb ass garb. One thing we're going to do until the end is have some fucking get up on.
Speak for yourself. I look amazing.
We are giving funeral realness because that is what we are doing today. And I just don't even know how I want to approach all of this because
I think it's lighthearted. It's fun until it isn't. Because if I start crying now, I won't stop for the rest of the episode.
I fully agree. And I'm having anxiety because I don't know. It's hard because you and I have been talking a lot about this, that it's like been the longest breakup of all time. Like I feel like you and I almost cried together and like felt all of the things like 4 months ago. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And now the day is here and it's so... I just feel very like out of my own body. I can't believe that this is real. Yeah, I know. Because it's like, I know.
I'm like, so am I and Brian broke up.
That's the other thing is I do have like random topics and shit.
Yeah, there's certain things that we have to address, obviously. There's one
but I don't know if we do, because do we really want to look back at this time capsule and be like, Amaya Papaya posted on Instagram?
No, but there's a timeless mention of the Queen getting engaged.
Oh, that's true. Taylor Swift did get engaged and we're happy for her.
Of course.
I don't have anything. She like...
You're not a Swiftie.
I am a Swiftie through and through, but like she's been engaged to that man in my eyes. Like this just like, duh, they were always getting married.
I feel like she's copying me, but whatever.
Correct me if I'm wrong and I will. But I don't know if I have it in me to like just discuss random topics today because they're not on my mind.
You're right.
Like
fine. I just don't want to I just don't want to ruin my whole episode right in the beginning and sob my eyes out because you know I will.
No, I know. And same, honestly. But I mean,
do we have tissues, by the way, just like for future?
Yeah, okay. we're gonna need some tissues for sure. But I mean, it's true, Brooke. I think it's okay to like feel the emotions because it's like I'm just realizing how late I am to like processing things. First of all, like last night I laid down and like finally was like, oh my God, I'm shooting the final episode of the Canceled Podcast tomorrow. And then I got high and it all just hit me. Like I felt like I was genuinely in like Back to the Future, that like a time capsule was like just playing like before my eyes, literally like a fucking projector on my ceiling of these past 4 years and how jam-packed they've been and like how much this.
Anyone have tissues? I'm already crying.
It's so weird because.
Oh, thank you.
We should have got a black tissue box.
I know, it kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. Sorry, I swear I'll just get
no,
it out
Brooke.
of the way.
Me too, and I think that it would be not human to sit here and just be like dee, like you know.
Just don't be surprised if I literally don't pay attention to you. I'm just kidding. But sometimes when I'm trying not to cry, I have to go like this.
No, I completely understand. I think you should just feel what you feel. Feel what you feel and be real. It's weird to me too. I'm going to say something that might actually come across as fucked up. I don't think it'll make you cry. But I wonder if you relate to me on this. Obviously, you and I have gone through an extreme emotional roller coaster across this, you know, and just our relationship has changed so much. And now we're in this beautiful place and we will get to that. We will talk about that. And just obviously everyone has seen all of the episodes and we've expressed some of our frustrations with what this can do to your mental health and whatever. There have definitely been points of my life in the last year and a half where I begged God for this day. Like where all I wanted, it's all I could think about. There was a point in my life where this was consuming me, this coming to an end because of the things that I felt like it was negatively doing during certain times, not all times. Like there were lots of positive times, you know what I mean? But I mean genuinely eating me alive. like about like this just has to end because I hate what it's doing to us. I hate what's happening on the internet. I don't resonate with certain things anymore and whatever. And I was so convinced that on this day, and in the end, I would show up and fucking pop a bottle and a firecracker and fireworks. And I'd be like, finally. And like, what, you know what I mean? Like that's, there were points where I was 100% sure that was what my energy was going to be today. And then today has come and I could not feel more different than that. Like, I wish I could go tell that girl like that you're not going to feel like that at all. Like, these past few weeks have been so interesting too, because it's like, we're not working on anything for Canceled. You know, we had a few episodes coming out and stuff, but we finished the tour. And it's almost really interesting to me too, how immediately you and I have reverted back to how we once were. Like
it's almost, it didn't even have to truly end for us to like feel the relief of it. I almost feel like.
And like we're calling each other and we're having these like 5-hour calls and you're touring houses and we're going together and we're skipping around and we're like, I don't know how to explain that, just all of the strife and everything. Like it's like it almost like didn't fucking happen. And it like we were right. We knew that like having this baby together and trying to agree was like what was hard and putting a strain. And now it's like, I just finally like see without the cloud. You know what I mean? Like just the immense gratitude that I have for you and for this era and for this time in our lives and this podcast. And like, I didn't, for a minute there, I didn't know that I would feel this way. And like, and I'm just like so fucking excited for our friendship and our future. And like,
me too. I've been having so much fun.
And it's like so cool because I don't know if there were versions of us that like could see this. You know what I mean? Like this time and of our lives and this like chapter. And it's just like very wild to me. I don't know where I was going with that. I lost my train of thought.
No, I think it's really very obvious. Of course, it's sad and it's depressing and everything, but it's also so exciting. And we've said that so many times, but I really am starting to feel it because it's like.
Yeah, it's just like.
So much is changing.
Yeah, and it also on the like flip side of that, it is very hard though. You said something, and I've been talking about it all day, and I probably will forever. Brooke and I were on the phone today, as we do now. You guys, I don't think you understand. Like when we say, I think we've spoken more in the past like 2 weeks than we have like in the last 2 years. Because it doesn't feel like we have to call each other and like work out 90 million business things. We get to just be ourselves again, and I don't know. It just like it's very nice, but. On the phone today, I was telling you because now that we are like just vibing and there's much less stress and just like in these beautiful places of our lives and the podcast is still happening, there is this part of me where I've always sucked at leaving what's comfortable, you know, and there is a sense of, we know this very well. And it is like, you said what I truly think to be one of the greatest analogies I've ever heard in my life is leaving this podcast today feels like leaving the casino when you're up. And it really does. And Lord knows I struggle with leaving the casino when I'm up. But I know it has to happen.
Well,
and like,
I think just like, it almost is more understandable to us because we know how many times we've tried to leave this podcast when we were down. You know what I mean? Like when either you and I were just not seeing eye to eye and like could not get along or whatever it was. There was a big fight. There was a big scandal. Like there have been so many times where we're like, this has to end. And this is the first time it's ending when you and I are like, wait. But like
I know
we're getting along and like
life is, and it was always going to end that way. And like,
no, don't.
We just didn't know that. We didn't know it was always going to end this way and like be so happy. And like, I'm so happy for you and so happy for me. And like, it's, I don't know if you want to talk about your house or just anything like that, but like we both like, everything is so set up for us to like go off into the sunset and be best friends and be like, holy fuck, we did that shit too. And I think I really suck with feeling accomplishments as they happen. I'm always like just thinking about the next thing or what I did wrong or just like I just have trouble sometimes really internally with giving myself like props, you know, like just that's a mental struggle. And last night for the genuine first time, I was laying there and I was like, holy fuck, we did that shit. We did that shit. I was like, just everything. I mean, everywhere we went for the last 4 years of our life, girls all over the world came and stopped us and said, I love the Canceled podcast. And like, that is so fucking insane. Like I'm grocery store fucking everywhere I went. That is what people had to say to me, you know? And like, oh my God. And just like, I was thinking about all of our like random biggest moments. Like there was a day where you and I are on tour. We're in the green room. We FaceTime Gypsy Rose Blanchard, who is fresh out of jail. We're talking to Gypsy. We're like, whatever. We get these big cheese block hats. We put them on our head and we walk out and we do a show to like 4,000 people. And like we break the venue's decibel level. The venue and had so many iconic people had performed there. We were the loudest show they'd ever fucking had in Milwaukee. And then we just like went to the tour bus and we ate Taco Bell and we laughed and like we did it again and again and again and again. And like in the moments you're not like, holy fuck, like, you know, you just like, you're in it. And like just looking back at like, and even just like how far we've come, like thinking about our fucking first ever show. And like we would take a Sprinter everywhere and I had 19 SoundCloud rappers on the Sprinter and like we're blacked out and like just the girls that we were and like the mess. I want to get into like all of those memories to then like touring the world, only staying at the Four Seasons with like a fabulous like setup and like these massive shows and like flying and lay down seats with our boyfriends to like do this international tour. And like, you know what? It's just like the progress across this too. Like I have so much to say. I'm just firing. Cut me off.
No, it's okay. I'm not speaking because I literally can't speak without crying.
Like, please cut me off at any point. I'm just like, everything is like flooding me. But I was talking about this to Mongeau last night and he compared it to take like how people do that thing where they like take a photo of themselves every year of their life and then it shows them like slowly changing across that. Like that's what we've done. Like never will we ever document this much change and this much of our lives. We sat down every single week and like
I'm like, tell that to Audio Boom.
We sat down every other week and like just shared everything that we shouldn't have about every single detail about our lives to this like community of girls. And like now we're like done with that.
Yeah, but like yes and no. I don't think we'll ever stop oversharing. I think we'll stop maybe sharing about double-ended dildos and anal and all of that. But I think that there's like, we're always going to have some level of like sharing more than the average person.
I agree with that. But I mean like, Brooke, like we have a bunch of segments planned for today. The stories that we told about our day-to-day lives and other influencers
or
and
just like other
LA.
actual like normal people and like
yes.
that's a problem I had in the beginning is like I wasn't speaking about influencers, I was speaking about like stranger or like you know normal people who don't do social media. Like you can't do that.
Just anything that happened to us across a 10-day period we would write down and come and sit down and talk about it. Like I know that whatever I do, at least I can't speak for you, like will not be that.
No,
you know what I mean? Like it's like truly sharing your lives and like bleeding for the people to see and like just everything. I think about even like our parents, like how much you and I healed each other's like familial wounds across this podcast and like how much, stop looking at me. We got to like do that for other people. Like I was even thinking about the meet and greets. And it was like, no matter where you and I were, right? Like if we were in the best place ever and the best of friends, or if we were fighting, or if we were stressed, or no matter what was going on in our lives and outside world, there would be an hour and a half that we had to lock in and got the pleasure and the blessing of meeting people whose lives were changed by this podcast. And you know, sometimes that can feel a little performative on a bad day or whatever, you know, but other times it, you know what I mean? You're fully in it. It doesn't matter. No matter what, we would lock in and you and I would stand there and like girls would come up and they would like share their darkest demons and their mother wounds and their relationship wounds and their struggles that we also were going through. And there would be those moments where then you and I would just look at each other and make eye contact and no one else was there, you know, like it was you and me like feeling we got to feel so much of just like, as corny as it is, because obviously like we also talk about fucking gussets and shit, but like how much this did change people's lives, including ours, you know. And like I will never have that bond with another person, like for all the good and for all the bad and for just everything. Like it was you and me against the fucking world and against each other sometimes. But we did it. Like we did it, and we were like coming out genuinely holding hands, walking off into the sunset against all odds. Every single odd was for us to fucking like want to kill each other. And I'm sitting here and like, I don't. And I love you so much. And I'm so proud of the woman that you've become and like the life that you've built. And like, I just proud of us. Like it's, I don't know. It's crazy. It's really crazy.
I think it still is you and I against the world.
I agree. And I think that that's like just sickening. Just fucking sickening. Because it just, I don't know. I can't believe it.
No, it's actually crazy. I think too, like I'm also in such an emotional period because like where I started at the, like, I mean, you were rich and famous, you know what I mean? Like when I started this podcast, like
at what cost though, honeybee?
But you know what I mean? Like actually this has been like the most transformative thing, obviously, of my lifetime, you know?
I'm so proud of you.
I love you. Thank you.
And I'm sure that you feel the same way, but like when I'm really thinking back to the studio, like the person who was sitting across from me, like, and same for you, like those girls have died in like the best way. like thank God somebody take them out sooner, you know? But like,
no, we haven't, I mean, they're still in there, but hopefully really, really, really tucked.
Yes, 100%. Like there are parts of us and our souls and stuff that are there, but the growth and just coming into ourselves and navigating so much while like arguably too, it's so funny because across these 4 years, I can say like canceled has been the only consistent thing. You know what I mean? Like everything else was just ever changing around us on a week by week basis to get us here. And like,
but I think that's so cool and so special because we really had that check-in. Like I always say this, but I'm not a journaler. I've never been able to like write in a diary or like jot anything down. So to have this like forever, you know what I mean? To like refer back to and like, oh, this was happening. Like sometimes I don't remember things, but I can watch a clip and be like, oh shit.
And it is so funny too because I was thinking about that last night too. And it's like, I will never delete this fucking podcast. Like I can't even express to you like who, like just now being sitting here in this, like I'm so fucking grateful for it. And I just like, I can't believe the way that it has changed our lives. And I have like lists of so many random memories that we can like talk about if you want.
I want.
I can't believe it's over.
But I hope there's more positives in this episode because I can't even. No, this isn't sustainable. I will literally be sick.
No, it's weird because it's all positive. It is. It's leaving the casino when you're up.
I know.
And it's hard. And that's what makes you sad. Because it is like, it is sad.
It's just everything. Like, even when it's for a good thing, I'm thinking about this too. Because, wait, I have a surprise. I got my house.
Why would you tell me when I'm in this room? Congratulations.
I don't even know.
Oh my God. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And like that shit is the canceled house. That's the canceled Casa Villa. Like that is so crazy. Amari said something like that today. Like, you know, just about Maui and me going there and that property and like thanks canceled. And it's like so fucking true. Like it's just like how cool that it like facilitated the next chapters of our lives.
It did. And I was thinking about it today because like it happened so quickly. And now I'm getting so sentimental about like where I live now because I just love it so much. It's been so special to me and stuff. And that's kind of how I feel about the podcast where it's like I want to move on and I want to get to the next thing, but it's so sad for me to leave.
We are so trauma bonded to this shit.
I know. I already have like
we are so, because it is so true. It is so true. And that's what it is. We're like, this is all we've known. Like I said, it's the only thing that's been consistent. It's all we fucking known. And like walking away is very weird. And I do find such incredible peace and comfort in knowing that neither one of us is actually dying. And
I know, and more so, we're now neighbors.
Yes, like we're oh my God, like, and how cool is that too? Like, again, just against all odds that we're touring these houses, and we're like, I hope you get this one so we can live by each other and like we can hang out. Like, I just want to tell Jorts Gate girls, like, oh my God, it's y'all. And I can't, like, imagine going in and telling those girls in the middle of that green room during Jorts Gate in fucking Cleveland.
Cleveland.
That you like I wish I could show them a flash of this. Like, y'all are gonna want to be next door neighbors so bad. Like,
I wouldn't believe you. I'm sorry. Gun to my head.
At all. And like that's just so sickening. I can't stop saying it, but it is.
Like, sickening. Remember, this is supposed to be timeless. You're gonna look back and be like, was I really saying sickening?
Like, that is so marvelous. Yes. That is and so like moving, and just like, this is a very big lesson to me too, that everything does just end up working out exactly the way it's supposed to, and so much of life that you spend ruminating is wasted. Like, you know,
it is, but it's also just like, God, if things can feel so negative, like this was feeling so negative, and I was like, I feel like having a harder time with it than you were a little bit, because it, like, I felt good about it. It was like I wanted it, and then when it came, I was like, oh no.
100%.
And now I have this big thing that, like, it's made me excited now again.
Yeah.
And
it's just like
the future.
I agree. And I like, it's like, even like, I just look back at our old vlogs where you'd come over and we'd like cook something or like whatever. And like, I'm so excited for you to have a show and me to have a show eventually. And like, that's so cool too. Like, I'm going on Brooke's podcast today. And then like, I'm going to then the vision, for whatever it is your fucking vision. And I'm obliging, and same otherwise. You know what I mean?
This is my show, bitch.
Yes, exactly. But like dead, no. And then like, you'll come on mine and it's the same thing. And there's no having to get to like a common ground, you know what I mean, on like anything. It's about celebrating each other's differences, and that's what made us friends in the first place. Lucy is 100% pure nicotine and always tobacco free. Lucy Breakers are nicotine pouches with an extra surprise. Each pouch holds a capsule that can be broken open to release extra flavor and hydration. Set yourself up with a subscription and have Lucy delivered straight to your door. My favorite Lucy flavor is always going to be the mint. It's the perfect pick-me-up, and it keeps my breath fresh. 2 milligram is my favorite strength as well, just a nice vibe for the day. I throw in my Lucy everywhere, but my favorite obviously is on a plane or at the airport. It keeps me from even thinking about a battery in my pocket or breaking any rules. Let's level up your nicotine routine with Lucy. Go to lucy.co/canceled and use promo code canceled to get 20% off your first order. Lucy has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind. Again, that's lucy.co and use code canceled to get 20% off. And here comes the fine print. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and every order is age verified. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. I have this list. I can't believe you got your house.
I know. You asked me today, and I've known for a couple, well, actually I've only known since yesterday, but I didn't want to tell you until we were on the podcast, so I just had to lie to you today.
I'm so happy you did, because it's like, it's just so cool. And it's so fucking cool.
I've been so emotional over it. I literally can't believe it.
And it's beautiful, and it's so you, and it like quite literally fell into your lap. It feels so universal.
I know.
It feels excited. So fucking, you know what's weird too, by the way, is so we filmed with Chelsea Handler, right? And I'm just thinking about like synchronicities, and I wanted to share this with you because it's so strange to me the way that this happens, and this means absolutely nothing to her and everything to me, like what I'm about to say. I assume we film the podcast that she's on, and you already know that's the end of my book and the greatest day of my life, and just like, you know, with writing my book and just like how I want to move in the future, I'm very inspired by her. She's my idol. And we messaged a little bit after the podcast, and then like we didn't really talk unless it was like funny comments on people's photos. And then the day I woke up to leave on our flight for Australia, she messaged me out of the blue and she said, hey, I'm thinking of you today. Like, how's everything going with the touring? Like, just like, you got this, like, type of thing. And I felt so like moved by that because I was in the place where just like after Europe, I was scared and like whatever. And then Australia ended up being fabulous and so emotional and like the best ending of our touring for now and or forever, we don't know, but you know,
I don't know, Jonas Brothers are back.
Yeah, I want to get into that too, but just I don't know, it felt very synchronicital that she messaged me that day and it almost calmed my anxieties. And we've never spoken on the phone or anything like that, and I'm getting ready today, and right after I hang up from you, she calls me. She just calls me out of the blue and she's just like, how are you? Like, just asking me all these things and just like asking about the podcast and like whatever. And I'm like, actually, I'm going to film the last episode. And like, it just felt so synchronicital, like, because she didn't know, you know what I mean? And then she just like called me and I was like,
that's special.
I don't know. It's so special. And then you got your fucking house today.
Got my house.
Like that's just like so cool that like the universe is opening, like as we part in this way, it's opening these two beautiful like pathway. It's rewarding us for doing like what is correct.
I think so too.
And like that's just like so interesting to me. Even the like not a crow, with a raven like on your balcony. And I went with her to tour your house.
Oh yeah, we haven't even talked about that.
And there was an owl, right?
Yeah, I brought Tana because I mean I don't have any other friends who buy houses, so like I wanted your opinion, obviously.
And I'm like selling her on this one because I'm like neighbor. Like I don't care if it's a fucking dump. You're getting this one.
No, but I just really wanted you to see it. I was so excited, and the instant we went in the backyard, a big owl came.
And if you actually watched the last episode of the podcast, when you're talking about the raven, I said like I had this owl following me for a long time, and which is just like weird. Like that was my response to you. And I have not seen an owl since that time of my life.
I don't think I've ever seen an owl in my life.
And we're in your backyard and an owl pulls up.
My backyard?
Yes. And like an owl signifies like extreme change and new paths and all of those things. And it was like really cool. We just looked at each other and it was like, holy fuck. Like
I'm so happy.
We did it and we're on to this next chapter. And I am so fucking excited to not have to talk about other people.
Me too. That's like my biggest thing. I can't wait.
I went on...
Except for when something horrible happens, in which case I will be talking shit about people.
I guess that's true. I would never want
to secure myself to that. I don't want to say I'll never do it again because like there are circumstances.
Mm-hmm. I went on Jeff FM yesterday though. And he's just a pot stirrer. And like...
Who is he?
Yeah. And... I was calling him out and kind of just like addressing, because every other episode I'm like hearing my name, your name, all these things. So I
can't open YouTube without seeing my name in a thumbnail, someone's thumbnail.
Yeah. And like I was just like, damn, like after I left, my takeaway was like, you know what I mean? I'm like, I did that podcast and that happened, but I'm so happy that I no longer have to do a podcast where like that is what I'm doing. And talking about drama and like start like, because I already know when his episode comes out, like it's gonna start some shit. And I'm so happy that that's like no longer going to be what we're doing. It's like being like, oh fuck, that's gonna start some shit. You know, like I'm so excited to just.
It's so funny because it's actually been a really fucking long time since I've left an episode and been like, that's gonna start some shit. Sometimes I'll say like literally something I think is no biggie at all, and it starts some shit.
You know what I was laughing about today is on Friday I'm going to do Pilates with Trisha, and I had Meg just like book a gym. Like just like I was like, find a gym that we can like film us trying Pilates for the first time in. And it's the gym that like
kicked me out.
Yeah, like that whole.
Wait, are you
like,
sure?
What's the name of it, Meg?
Oh no. It's
not.
No.
Oh, I thought it was. Amari said it was. So never fucking mind to the rest of what I was going to say. But essentially just even that, like you just like sat down and you were like, I wanted to go to this gym and like have this whole tangent. And then like.
I know. Not to mention me going on a whole rampage about my building manager. And now I'm trying to get out of my lease. Like shit.
Like just all of the random things. Like we remember like the big moments, but like it was something like that gym every fucking week.
I know. Burned a lot of bridges, I'll tell you that much.
Now that the podcast is coming to a close, Brooke and I have so much time to go to concerts together. We're so excited to see Adam Sandler at every single one of his dates. Which is why I want to give the sponsor of today's video, SeatGeek, a huge shout out. With over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. There are more than 70,000 events listed on SeatGeek, including concerts, sports, festivals, and more. Right now, you can get tickets to Lorde, Renee Rapp, Billie Eilish, Sabrina Carpenter, Benson Boone, go see him do like a little backflip, Dua Lipa, and more. I recently attended the Fray using SeatGeek, and it was amazing. Brooke attended Gracie Abrams. She was plowing people over. And SeatGeek has your back. Each ticket is rated on a scale of 1 to 10, so you know you're getting a good deal. So look for the green dots. Green means good. Red means bad. Plus, every ticket is backed by their buyer guarantee. Get those plans out of the group chat this fall and use code CANCELLED2025 for 10% off your SeatGeek tickets. That's 10% off tickets with promo code CANCELLED2025. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app and have the code automatically added to your account so you can use it later. Thank you, SeatGeek, for sponsoring the last episode of the Canceled podcast. Oh my God, I just went to the Fray concert and Landon Barker opens for them, and they invited me back, like, side stage. And I walked to side stage, and I'm so excited to see the Fray perform. And then I see that just Landon's standing there, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna watch from the crowd until he like goes on. Let me not just be standing there, just me and Landon Barker. And we like don't have beef. Theoretically, Landon and I, like, I've just heard through the grapevine that he said like like Tana's chill, but I have to like ride with my sister, and that makes sense. And then I go backstage eventually, and I go use their green room bathroom, and I'm walking back up the stairs, and for some reason Landon is like walking down the stairs at the same time as me, and we bump shoulders on the same stair. And I just like walked away, and I was like just thinking about all of the people that like the Canceled podcast has like if I put them all in a room, I could throw a party. Like, you know what I mean? The amount of
everyone's
people.
so connected. It's so funny you say that, because yesterday morning I did Pilates, just me and Atiana.
Yeah.
Like Landon and Alabama's sister. And it wasn't until literally 45 minutes into the session she mentioned Alabama, and I go, oh my God, I didn't even think about them being sisters. And I'm like, she probably fucking hates me.
Like and there's so much of that. And we're in the segments that we're going to do. We are going to get into these specific instances, and if we owe people apologies or if we still stand on what we're feeling.
I apologize to Alabama Barker.
I wish the best for Alabama Barker.
I think that's my answer as well. I really like, I have a feeling she's going to have a major resurgence.
And I think I am actively trying every day to be a different person in the ways that I once was. And that girl still lives inside of me. She does. You know what I mean? But I think that even with like Vanna from, I'm bringing her up again, but I know that episode will have just come out. Like, I can now look at that situation and be like, I was 21 years old once, and I would have been 10 times worse. And she was actually really graceful and really kind to me in the end. And I would have never even sent that message. 21-year-old me would have made a 50-part series about that, you know? And just like, I look at things from such a different lens now. And like even Jeff's yesterday, like I kind of went back and forth with like Todd. And I think that will be one of the last times that like I do anything like that. Like he called him in and I didn't know. So I just like.
You might as well Hail Mary, get it all out while we still have canceled. And then it can just break off right at the end.
Yeah, I don't think I will. Yeah, like just I have so much more empathy now, I think, as you get older for human beings and their mistakes and shortcomings that we once had none of. Mm-hmm. Like, oh my God, just
it used to always be really hard for me to empathize with somebody who I couldn't relate to. Like if I hadn't felt the specific thing, like, or like experienced the thing that they were going through, it was hard for me to put myself in the position. And like obviously the more that happens to me, the easier it is for me to like understand people. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's where it comes from. Like a lot of the people I look back on now, I'm like, God, like I was too hard on that person. You know?
Yeah. Lots of like humbling across this too, which is so important. Do you know what I was thinking about in the vein of humbling too? Is in the last episode, and I think I ended up cutting it, but you were telling a story that is 1000% true. I just wanted to elaborate on it a little more. And so I cut it because I didn't like how I responded. Just about a time in the beginning of Canceled where you had to come to my house and drag me out of bed. And I was such a fucking evil bitch about it. And like, just thinking about in the beginning of Canceled, like how the way I was, like the way I would just not fucking show up, and I was drunk, and I was just like a mess and a horrible business partner. And like I don't think that we've talked about this, but like I didn't respond to the way that you would kind of come at me for that. So then I would come at you back. But looking back on it now, it's like, doesn't matter how the fuck she wanted to express to you that what you were doing was wrong. It was wrong. And like she was trying to help make you better. And
I could have eased up on the tone a bit.
No, but like still, like I was an insufferable business partner in the very beginning. And then I think post your tweets resurfacing, you and I had like a lot of, that was kind of like during that time, that was where we really like were just going at it the most, you know what I mean? And not seeing eye to eye. And for some reason, I just had this like dawn on me. Like after you said it, it was like, yeah, Tana, the way that you felt like Brooke was being to you during that time is 1000% your fucking karma for how you were to her in the fucking beginning. Like you were such a bad business partner, Tana. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, it all like karmatically now, like just everything, every argument and every like arrow where like one of us was maybe a little off, like it all comes together and it's like a pretty even playing field. And like, it's, you know what I mean? Like it just, and that I couldn't see that at the time. And it's like, I wish I could even just go to me, who'd be like, Brooke was such a bitch to me this day, and be like, yeah, and remember when you wouldn't get the fuck out of bed? Like,
boy, you wouldn't.
Yeah, like what? And like just humbling. You know what I mean? Just like that girl needed some fucking humbling, and I appreciate.
Well, you can't ever see anything. Like, I mean, I hope this gets better with age, but it's so hard. Like, what did they say? It's like hindsight.
Yeah.
2020. I actually don't know what that
hindsight
means.
Is 2020.
I feel like
when you look back, you have 2020 vision.
Oh yeah, okay,
Hindsight's
that's what I mean. Like you're never gonna see anything for what it is. Like as it's happening, you can only like look back on it. Sometimes it takes a long time.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's just, it's so crazy, like that. Just, and I am so happy. No matter how we felt, we still like we fought for this, and we even in our like low points, we fought to like walk off into the sunset. And I think there are many times where you and I were sitting in meetings or talking about walking off into the sunset, and we weren't feeling walk off into the sunset-y. It was like this thing that we were manifesting, but that's not how we felt in that moment. And to be like, holy fuck, like we fought for that. We fought for that walk off into the sunset. And like now we're here and we are.
Yeah, I think the timing is right. Like, I mean, it's never going to feel 100% right. Like, that's just how like things like that work. But I feel like there's never been a better time than now.
Obviously, you and I also worked so well on Canceled and how we were, because you and I can be both very outspoken and volatile and all of the things, but we never turned on each other. And we never, you know what I mean? Like, I think that a lot of people thought that it would be some, I don't want to compare it to anyone else's situations.
They still do, yeah.
Yeah, but like thought it would be that, and we fought so hard for it to not be that, and like we won that fight.
It was hard.
Yes.
Wasn't like, easy. And sometimes, like honestly, sometimes when people are like, they fucking hate each other, I'm like, they're right.
We might have in that week. And then that was the thing too. It was just such an emotional roller coaster, because we'd have the worst week and then we'd have the best week. And then, you know, it's, I don't know. It is like just very wild to me. Like, I'm very fucking happy that like
we're up.
Yeah. Like, yes. Like, I don't know. And to see it without the clouds, like the amount of love and gratitude that I have for you in this very moment, it's the highest amount of love and gratitude I've ever had for you. Like, and it's like, that's so sickening.
That's so marvelous. No, I agree. I feel like we should lighten up the mood. I'm going to start going. I'm going to say things to you and tell me your thoughts on them, or just, these were just my high thoughts. Okay.
Just to touch on our day-to-day early lives. Like, how funny is it that like we would frequent the Saddle Ranch and Boa Steakhouse everywhere we went? We would wear mesh see-through tops with our nipples fully out. Like right now, like all of the people in that room would see our full tits.
And I just had no problem with it. And now I'm like, wait, what? I always think about like when you lived at Weed Lake like us getting ready. She had, I mean, it was like the clout house or whatever. So you had this insane closet. I would just go in there, wear whatever I wanted. We'd go to Boa. You'd call the paparazzi. I'd be trailing in the back.
And like that was our regular. Like that was our fucking regular lives. And then we would go to these places like Saddle Ranch and Boa. I don't think that we ever were like, no, well, I shouldn't say that. We would definitely be like, this would be great lore for the podcast. Like we would know what we were doing sometimes.
I still live with the podcast in mind.
Yes. But like 70% of the time we were just doing what we genuinely wanted to do, which was hook up with Harry Jowsey or Bryce Hall, which was like...
It was really shameful in the beginning.
Pool boy. Like, how fucking funny is that? That like...
We should have had him on today.
100 fucking percent. Like, that we genuinely, like, on some, I don't even know what the word is, like, Lady Dawn shit. There's a ghost.
There's a ghost.
There's a ghost. Well, we'll come back to it in the edit. But those balloons just moved in a way that air conditioning could not possibly do. It was from the bottom up, like as if someone just hit them from the bottom up. Whatever.
Anywho, I'm sorry.
They wanted to be here for the finale, you know?
Yeah. Just the three of us.
DraftKings Casino has your playbook for gaming action all season long. Play thousands of popular slots for a shot at jackpots. Over $400 million has already been awarded. New players get 500 spins on Huff and More Puff over 10 days. Download the app, use code CANCELLED, and claim your spins after your first $5 wager. Get in the game with DraftKings Casino, home of the largest jackpot win in online casino history. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 plus. Physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Ontario. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Non-withdrawable casino spins issued as 50 spins per day for 10 days, valid for featured game only, and expire each day after 24 hours. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos. Ends October 5th, 2025 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you, DraftKings Casino, for sponsoring today's episode of the Canceled Podcast.
On some Lady Dawn shit, I'd be like, I have him Wednesday, and you'd be like, and I have him next Wednesday, and then I have him next Wednesday.
Like it was like that.
It so was though. Like it's, or just like almost like we would like, I'd be like, oh yeah, when his stick does, like, you know what I mean? Like we would like.
I will say we treated that man like in a way that like it would not be acceptable for a man to treat a woman. Like we treated that man like he was a piece of meat. Like we talked about him like he was a piece of meat.
And just yeah, like, and just like the sharing of it all, and like it was genuinely a funny bit to us. Like that was a real way that we like lived. Like we were like, oh, pool boy, or like he'd be somewhere and he'd come up to like both of us and we'd be like, ah, and like we'd all hug and like what do you fucking mean? Imagine doing that now.
I can't imagine doing that then.
Like how crazy.
We were just so drunk all the time.
And just diabolical. Even just when Canceled took its first break and we came back, like that lunch dinner, I will never forget.
Oh my God, I will never forget that lunch dinner either, because we were supposed to, I swear we might have had 30 seats at this table, which in a normal world, you might say like 10 Brooke, 20 Tana, okay? Tana invited 60 people. There's only 30 seats. It was a nightmare. People are literally sitting lapped up, sitting on each other, sitting on the table. Like people can't fit in the room that it's in.
And it was at Boa Steakhouse, which obviously we had no respect for that environment. So I was like, so fine.
It's crazy.
Well, I'm trying to think if you ever did Coke.
The amount of, oh, probably. There's very few restaurants that I haven't done Coke, honestly, in Los Angeles. And it's so crazy that one day I just did Coke for the last time and I didn't know it.
Oh, I knew it. September 21st.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, it probably was the last day I did it too, because I don't think I've ever really done it without you.
It's the last time you did blow, the last time I did blow.
The first time I did it was with you. Ever.
That's so funny.
Most people start in college. I am so good.
Because...
Most people don't start, by the way. Don't
Well,
start.
yeah. I mean, but also that like we lived in LA where everyone did it, and we were the only two people who were down to then come on the podcast the next morning with the Coke hangover and tell the stories of all the things all the other people did on Coke, right? Like how
I know. We
insane.
were really snitching on people too. Like we weren't like fully on drugs too.
And that was taboo. It's never like we said, like we did a bunch of blow last night.
No, we didn't.
X,
We've
Y,
always
and Z.
only spoken about that in
hindsight.
in the past tense because I don't know. I had a moment. I think I've said this before, but when I just was like, "Oh my god, people die from this," and I can't believe I haven't.
Yeah,
it's not like I was doing it that often. I've done it. I've only done coke 10 to 15 times.
Lindsay Lohan referencing her. She's an icon.
But you know, it kills people sometimes the first time. So I was like, let me not mess with this anymore.
No, and we also like came into I don't want to go too deep into all of this because we have and stuff. Don't ever do it. Like,
ever.
We came into this time in LA, this party time where it was so normalized and kind of came into it when the fentanyl thing really started to become prevalent. Like there was a time where no one even like thought about that being a thing when you did a bump and it was just another party drug and like whatever, you know. And now I know, and I tell everyone, even now I'll meet young influencers, TikTokers and stuff who are just like moving here and they're like, I was so coked out last night. Now I'm like, I see myself in them and I'm like, please don't fucking do that.
Wait, you know what's crazy though? Gen Z doesn't drink.
Well, because I think that the conversation about alcohol being kind of poison or bad for you or anxiety this is the first generation where it's like normalized, which is cool.
I know that's really cool. I just think it's so crazy. I didn't even like really notice until recently. I'm like, damn, no one's drinking.
I know, which I love, obviously. Even that, like, but just coming into sobriety across a weekly podcast is nuts. So
It was trial and error. It's kind of cool. Like, it's not cool, of course, but like,
no, it is.
You know, we saw your first and second and third try. And
yes,
now
and
your
the
final
falling
try.
and getting back up and like even looking back at that Turks and Caicos episode, that's one of my biggest regrets. That's both Mindy things are one of my biggest regrets. I will say with yours, I think that I don't know. I'm not that everything happens for a reason and that whatever, but I wonder like if we didn't have that big gate and then like miss each other so much and then like remember how much like even your response video, I remember thinking like, God, no matter how angry I am at her or whatever it is, the bitch is good. You know what I mean? And like, I wonder if canceled would have ever like happened if it wasn't for that. So like, there's a part of me that like sees that one a little more.
I don't look back like I don't want to say I look back fondly on that time because I certainly don't, but I definitely don't like wish it didn't happen.
I agree with that. Whereas Ashley's, I think I fucked up so horribly. And I don't know if I've ever said that.
You haven't.
And I know that
we should.
You guys have maybe is irreparable a word?
Irreparable.
But isn't irreparable, doesn't that mean something else?
Like we've done irreparable damage.
Okay, you're right. You and Ashley may have an irreparable dynamic. You know, like you guys may never be friends.
I think she put it better than that. I think it's like, it's not like irreparable because it's like not something that was like broken that needed to be repaired. We just like literally were never close. It's up in the air why she blocked me, but that doesn't matter. Also, I want to go on record and say that photo that she used of me in the Guess Who game is hilarious and I loved it.
And there were lots of other also hilarious photos. I'm not
even being funny. Like I saw it and I was like, wait, that's hilarious. And I would have done it if full transparency, if the roles were reversed, she would have had a bigger head than that.
I love that everyone can kind of just laugh at that and it wasn't that big of a deal. Her and I are going to play it at some point and like I want to show that like 90 other people have just silly photos that she used from their Instagrams and it wasn't like this insane direct attack. That's not my beef though. You know, that's not my shit to whatever. But anyways, whether you guys have an irreparable relationship or not, I think that I was drunk. I think that I left out a lot of details of that story that makes it so much different than it came across. And then it ended up doing a lot of damage to her career and character that I regret. You know what I mean? Because the same thing as the original Mindy video with you, like we were able to kind of reconcile and like do damage control of that. And people's takeaway wasn't like, oh, Brooke is a horrible person for doing that to Tana or like whatever, you know what I mean? And I don't know how to like put it into words other than like, that was just like me really misusing the platform. Like I was getting out feelings that I had. And that's what I did on Canceled every week. But I heavily regret putting that out there because I think that like I was drunk and there was so much more to say. And like, just that I love her so much. And just like you, like we ended up making up and coming back together. Like that's my fucking sister. And she does love me so much. And never had an ill intention or malice or just fucking anything. Like it was such a layered situation that needs so much more explanation than it was. And that's one of my biggest regrets across this podcast, because I think she's a wonderful woman. And obviously in my dream world, you guys.
I agree. Justice for Ashley.
Like, but you know what I mean? Just in my dream world.
No, I don't. I mean,
but I also think it's okay if two people just aren't friends.
Yeah, I think
like,
it's totally normal.
I know and I know that you probably have a million more things that you want to say to that. I thought about it, and that was
I don't have anything negative to say about Ashley except for like unblock me, seriously.
Yeah, I think that situation is just so much more layered. But I wrote it down. I wrote down the Turks episode because people were also commenting that, and I do heavily regret that. But that was also in the time. Even I don't think I really learned the lesson of the weight of the platform until Alyssa Violet.
No, you know what?
Even though I should have.
I still learn lessons about it. And it's like, again, kind of like you just said, you want to come on and you want to vent. And like, even if you tell a story sometimes in like the most lighthearted way, you don't understand that people are going to, interpret it however they're going to interpret it and like, run pretty far with it. I've just experienced it with Boatgate. Yeah. And like, I shouldn't have told that story because like as funny and lighthearted as I thought it was, it didn't turn out to be that way.
Yeah.
And,
yeah,
I regret that. Like there's been a lot of things like that where I'm like, did you really, like, was it really worth the story?
Yeah. And also like, it's taught me a lot about it, even specifically that Ashley thing. You can't do anything in the height of your emotion, because like I look back at that now and it's like I was very emotional and I had a right to be, but I also like when I filmed that I still hadn't talked it out with her, and then she ended up telling me so many more things about that situation and that man and like all of those things that like made it a completely different scenario. You know what I mean? And like I just you know what I mean? I wish I knew all of that before I filmed that and did that damage, because I would have said so many different things that are now like you can't just take these backsies. You know what I mean?
No, it's like when you tell your mom to something bad about your friend and then she never forgives. I feel like that's kind of the audience.
Yeah, I mean that was the lesson across Canceled that took me far too long to learn. You know what I mean? And still is a learning lesson, because again, even just with me saying that I wanted to delete everything, there is an element too where we just sit down and we start talking to each other, and you do like forget the weight of the things that you say. I was going to talk about our NFT era, but that just kind of is the same thing as the Boa Steakhouse of it all. Just like
I thought we were going to be rich,
loaded billionaires.
They gifted us those NFTs. I'm like, oh my God, we're sitting on a gold mine.
And just like before, you said it the other day, but in the whole first season, that's always what we were doing. We'd get ready, we'd put on our mesh see-through tops, we'd film Canceled, and then we would go do that. Like just like how different of people we were, and we would do these Black Mirror ass NFT ceremonies.
Ceremonies is so funny.
Because it literally was. Like it was so Black Mirror, everyone standing around clapping for like someone, whatever. Joe and Chris.
Rough times. Joe was just a funny situation because like that was one of like many, one of probably 10 guys in my lifetime that I have like become completely consumed by, that is not my boyfriend, is not that serious. Like that's my personality. So funny now to look back on it and be like, Brooke, there's no way like you were losing sleep over this situation. Like I was sick.
But that's where your heart was at. Like when you started that podcast, like how crazy is that?
Oh my God. It was like all consuming. I literally thought like the sky is falling. The world is ending. He kissed Carly.
Yeah.
Like I can't believe this.
Which is, what's funny that I've never talked about, and I get anxiety talking about it, and I'm always in some garb too when I want to bring him up, and the ghost always acts up when I want to bring him up, so we'll see what happens. And I'm saving a lot of this for the book, okay? And
Enough.
I know everyone's so fucking sick of hearing that, but when I started this podcast, I was so in love still with Jake Paul. And like, I never thought I would get over him. And like, that was always our conversations, like off camera, like you. And I've never talked about that like anywhere. And it gives me so much anxiety to talk about. And I don't know why. Because I don't think I've ever like admitted it on camera, like how madly. And I like literally my heart's racing out of my chest, even like saying it right now. Because I just keep it like so close to me. And I want to like go into detail about that in the book. But it is weird. Like I've never said that. But like you and I talked about it off camera every day for years. Like I was so heartbroken and thought he was the love of my life. And like, you know what I mean? Just like now thinking back that like that was where I was at for years and years, and now where I am. Like that's just like so wild.
It's so wild, but it's so refreshing because it shows you like sometimes when you think something is the biggest, most like catastrophic thing in the world, it turns out to be just so minuscule in the grand scheme of your life.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know about minuscule in the grand scheme of my life because like there is a part of me that he was like my first real love. I've really never said any
I
of this.
shouldn't say minuscule. I just mean you get over it.
Yes, exactly. Like, and just like everything is happening. And I'm also like, I'm not speaking on him. It could be unrequited. It could be whatever it is to him. I don't know what he thinks of all of that, but I know that I was like a mess over him for so long and like genuinely convinced that like that was like right person, wrong time and all these things that like just ended up not being at all and like led me obviously to Makoa. And like I now know that like where my life is supposed to be at. But that's so funny because like just like how wild that time was. And even just like the Chris, all of that, you know, like thinking that was going to be the be all end all and like being in and out of that whirlwind across canceled for so motherfucking long.
I knew that wasn't your end all be all. I'll tell you that much.
And like
But
love
the
him.
guy.
He is like a great friend and human being. Like we were just like, we were never meant to walk down the aisle and get married. You know what I mean? And that whole, he's sober now.
Could you
too.
imagine? By the way, you would be wearing the outfit that you're wearing right now if you married Chris Miles.
It's so fucking true. Like so fucking true. And like that's so wild to think about. He's sober now.
I know. I just saw that. Congratulations.
Yeah,
Chris
which is
Miles.
like
we love you.
so cool. And that relationship also taught me so much about addiction and the person I mean, Chris is the first person I think who ever really got through to me and looked at me and said, you're an alcoholic. And like, I remember being like, no, the fuck I'm not. Like, you know what I mean? But it stuck with me. Like, and he really like drilled that into me. So I'm so thankful for him. I think he made me like realize I was an alcoholic. You know what I mean? Which is crazy and everything happens for a reason. The old podcast studio and what went down and why we ended canceled the first time and why it stopped being at that studio and started being at my house in Laurel Canyon.
There was a lawsuit, so how much can you say?
My bad for doxing that guy on that boat.
Should we talk about that?
Yes. I mean, I wrote him down too. Like there's a list of your suitors that obviously as your friend and being beside you through that, like seeing all of the people before Miles that you were pursuing. And
God, it just like, I think obviously just being with Miles is such, like I never would look back on those like the way that I do if I weren't with him because Miles could not be more different than all of these guys. But the fact that like, that was so recently, almost like literally makes me sick to my stomach because like, what do you mean? I was like letting myself be treated that way. And it wasn't even like necessarily like, oh, he was treating me so bad, but I was like genuinely like voluntarily putting myself in a position to be just like so miserable.
And being your
One
friend
of like 7
through
girls, yeah.
was, oh my God, was hard at times, obviously.
But yeah, so we made a joke. I think we were talking one time about how Tana like checked Find My Friends and I was, you know, on a boat
in a marina.
In a marina, but we used the screenshot with the exact coordinates of his boat. And it was on the real episode of the Cancel podcast. I never told him, and thank God he never found out. I mean, he'll probably know now.
And then we took it out in post. But
everybody knew like what it was, or people had already posted it. I don't know. His boat is long since gone from there, but
yeah, but that's so crazy. We don't talk about that too, like the internal, like sometimes that is what we mean as well when we say, like, it's not like Brooke and I were just like, I hate you as a person fighting. It would just be like tense like you told Aaron to kill himself, I think.
I didn't.
But that's okay. He left it in, and that's what it was. We were in a dramatic, volatile, fucking era.
It was like I was in such like a
distress,
an unsettling like place with him that I was like, oh my God, could you imagine? I just doxed the man.
Yeah,
especially because he didn't even like to be talked about on the podcast, which is hilarious for me to be doing it now. I haven't seen him in a year and a half.
But now looking back too, though, it's like that motherfucker deserved that and 10 times more.
No, it was I look back, like we're talking, by the way, about what did we call him?
Mr. Big.
Ooh, Mr. Big.
Because you were carrying.
But yeah, I mean, it wasn't like him necessarily doing anything wrong. He was so honest that it was like, I was just so embarrassing because it would really be like, yeah. And I went on a date with a girl yesterday and I'd be like, thank you for respecting me enough to be honest. And it's like, respecting you? Like, please, Brooke. Oh my God, it makes me sick.
Yeah, I agree. I'm agreeing with everything that you're saying, but I also do think that
there was also some deception. Like there was also some omission, like where it wasn't like you didn't
fully
say
know.
like, oh, we're dating, or we're exclusive, and he certainly never would say that. But
yeah. Or just like I'm doing the exact same. I think he always made you feel like you were his like main hoe.
God, at the very least.
Yeah, and then like
you would
come to find out he was kind of doing the same exact things he was doing with you with everyone else.
And low-key with like one girl looked like literally exactly like me. It was like, it was dark. I remember there's a photo of me, like one of the most like recognizable canceled photos. It's me holding up a picture of me crying, and I'm hysterically crying. And it was like right before we had gone on stage. I forget what city we were in, but it was our last city on tour. And I got somebody sent me a girl's story, and it was like they were together.
And he had just come to see her on tour.
Yeah, he had just come to see us, like was with us on tour, and then just literally flew directly home to like be with some other girl. And like I see her stories and I can see that they're together, and I text him about it. And he's like, yeah, totally. Mm-hmm. And then I go on stage, and the whole time, like, I remember sitting on stage and just thinking to myself, like thinking about it the whole time, just ruminating, and like literally I wanted to fucking throw up, but I just had to do the show.
Mm-hmm. A lot of that too. We don't talk about that enough. I think that's another one where I really it brought our bond so close together, because that would happen a lot, right? We did fucking damn near 200 shows where something would happen in our personal lives that would be like fucked up, and one of us would be like fucking sobbing right before we had to go out on stage, and then we'd have to go out there and like, I don't want to cry,
don't do it,
but like carry each other on the other one's back, and like, and you're out there on the road and you're living together on this bus, and like you have each other, and like that.
It's just such a vulnerable experience that like we'll likely never experience again. Mm-hmm. And I think it's cool that we got to do it together, because a lot of people don't. A lot of people go through and do the exact same thing, but they don't. They have teams and stuff with them, but it's no one's gonna ever understand exactly what it's like unless
to be a duo
in the same
doing that. You know what I mean? And just like, what are you gonna wear today? And like, I got really emotional, like even just thinking about that. Like,
not that we ever got on the same vibe with that
at all, except for Green Shorts Day, which goes down in history.
Did we talk about green shorts ever?
We had to have, yes. There's no way we
It embarrasses me so bad, but like I'm not kidding. Just recently I saw a comment of somebody, like I think they were complaining about like, I got this at the show and like we didn't get anything and like blah blah blah, and somebody commented and was like, well I saw them in this city and they just fucking came out dressed like track stars and barely did anything at all. Like, oh, shit. They hit us up. I'm like, oh my gosh. They said like they looked like they were going to a track meet.
No, 100. There was this day where Brooke and I wore
St. Patrick's Day.
We wore these little green running shorts, and like I had camel toe. Like no one's ever had camel toe in a pair of track shorts ever, and it eats us alive to this day. Like so many just footy outfits, which did like bring us closer because we were bonding over that. You know what I mean?
But like just, mind you, we didn't buy them together. We both individually walked into a store, saw those shorts, and we were like, perfect show outfit.
Yes. And then wore them. And then like we changed before the show. I remember we saw the meet and greet photos and we were like, what the fuck? I'm not walking on stage.
And I can never untake those photos. And there are people who paid money and have to live with those photos. Mm-hmm.
And like, we didn't stop there either. I think 4 shows later, we did 2 sets of shows in Buc-ee's onesies.
No regrets. I don't regret that one at all.
I looked... I mean, the onesie's funny. Good for you. I looked like Bucky.
Well, yeah, goals.
Like, I can't believe the things that I would willingly put on and walk. And I remember Paige was so funny that day because we were fighting over a lip liner. The lip liner.
My lip liner.
Yes, that Brooke did introduce me to. I don't remember it, but
I don't mean like, oh, my color. I mean, it was mine.
Oh.
And you swore it was yours, but I knew it was mine. It was mine.
And then that's the thing too. So many things were just sisterly. And then the way that we both fight sisterly is very different. And then it would be like you two are in a real fucking fight over a lip liner and you're in Buc-ee's fucking onesies, you imbeciles. And like, I just imagine being all of the outside people and it's like, oh, they're doing that thing again where they are actually pissed over something as trivial as a lip liner, and Paige would just be trying to get us to fight harder because like, what else do you do? It's so funny.
Paige is such an instigator.
Like
death to Paige.
No, that too. Like we haven't even talked about that, but just the Paige of it all and the way people were to her. And like, that was so crazy.
I know.
But
justice for Paige.
I was going to start talking about all of the other, because I wrote this down, like Hannah, Thomas, Ellie, Emma, Allison, Bree, like the Richard, the amount of normal, unassuming people who had to get on these buses with us and try to make this like shit show a business and a show, and all of the tour managers and the things that they saw.
Yeah, the staff at the House of Blues Cleveland.
We've talked about it a lot, George-Skate, but I am 100% convinced that George-Skate would have never happened the way that it did if Thomas was our tour manager, Bree was our tour manager, or anyone else. Like,
so many moving parts that had to be,
figured out, but like, and just so many people who came in and like either added to the drama or took away from it, or like, you know what I mean? Like, and eventually by the end of it, we had everything completely figured out, and we had there
were a lot of things wrong with, like, Lila was on tour with us at that time. Like, Olivia Kaiser was there. Like, why? It was just we were so random.
Yes. So because it
was very unserious at the time. It was like, oh my God, what are we doing?
It wasn't until we got on the bus that I started really being like, wow, this is a business, and this is a profitable business, and this is beautiful, and this can turn into something huge, and you have to take it seriously as such. Those beginning shows just felt like, and we were still in our Boa Steakhouse like drunk era. It almost felt like we were just bringing that city to city, which did make for insane shows because we were hammered.
It was like Toad's Place. Come on.
Yes, and exposing everyone on stage and bringing whoever on stage and figuring out what the shows were going to be, and you know what I mean, like all of that. Like I wouldn't change everything. I mean, would I have done coke with venue owners? Probably not, but
No, that was a fun show.
That was right after I'd fallen out of the...
so hyped.
We were so hyped. I had just fallen out of the Sprinter from being too drunk the night before. That's the thing too. It's so crazy to me that we would like take Sprinter vans because we didn't have the budget like that. We didn't know if we could sell tickets like that.
And like
from city to city.
But it's overnight. So it's like we're supposed to sleep. But why are there 6 additional people? Then we're supposed to be in this Sprinter van and they're all Tana's people.
And the party, it was just about the party for me. Because even now I couldn't sleep on a Sprinter van.
That was like the start of our, like just the animosity, because I'm like, I want to sleep, and like I'm not gonna be the one fucking boner that's like, shut the fuck up.
No.
I was.
No, and you were real for that. And then I remember we came home, and I called Brittany today, and I'll never forget it. I came in because that was after I fell out of the Sprinter. I was arguably so injured that someone shouldn't do the show. Like I'd like broken my wrist and like was covered in like a bloody fucking injury. But I'm in peak alcoholism. I'm waking up. I'm chugging Casamigos. Go to the fucking venue. I know the owner has coke, so we do it. And we go out on stage and we give them a fucking show. And it was a fucking show it was, you know what I mean? And we come back, and I remember my managers brought me into the office, and it's like serious. Like I'm in the office in Beverly Hills, and I'm sitting there, and they are all like, this can never happen again. If you want this, this can never happen again. And then that was when we started taking touring seriously. We had meetings about parameters of what could happen and what could not happen. And
my protections.
Yes, 100%. Like, and just crazy. And it's crazy too, even just thinking about how far those protections like sometimes went, like just in the peak of times and this was way later down the line, you know what I mean? But when we were like, I think this was post tweets and like just really like, we were really fighting, and there was conversations of you and I of continuing canceled, but you and I having a mediator to speak in between us. Like if I had something to say, I would tell the mediator, and then the mediator would tell you. And if you had something to say, you would tell the mediator and they would tell me.
What are you talking about? I've never heard that before in my life. Was that your idea?
No. Like it was, but it just like, it was only
like
thing
for the episodes or for
just for everything, because every time we would have a conversation about business, it would be a blowout.
Oh, or like, big summer blowout. Yeah, I get that. Like in just conversations in life, I thought you meant like on the episodes. I'm like, that wouldn't have been anything.
No, imagine they're just in the room. No, like if we had to plan a shoot or anything like.
No, and that time period too was very obvious, I think, to the public also. I think like that was one of the times where I'm like, everyone was pretty much right about like what was going on.
100%.
It was dark, but it was before that almost. Like we had already been like really struggling, and that was just like, the straw that broke the camel's back. But
Yeah, and like we were gonna tour with 2 separate tour buses, like the city
I'm like,
girls.
that was 6 weeks ago.
That would still be nice but that would still be nice for like luxury reasons. But like it was for morale reasons, and like that's
Yeah,
crazy.
like we were genuinely like willing to be out hundreds of thousands of dollars just for fear of like.
Yeah. And like I was so genuinely convinced that you hated my guts. You know what I mean? And like maybe you did. Who knows?
Well, I think it was one of those things where it was like, which one of us hates the other? Mm-hmm. It's like, I thought you hated me, so I hated you. And you thought I hated you, so you hated me.
And looking back to now, I can just be like, Brooke was going through a lot and like hadn't figured out how to like, you know what I mean? Navigate that. And like, and now I can like, I have so much, like, I just want to go back to that time and just like hug that Brooke and be like, oh my God, it's going to be okay. But now I don't know. It's just like, it's so cool to me. Now I have a stupid ass veil on my head and life is cool. Anyways, we don't have anything else to say about Gates, or do we?
I think they've seen enough Gates. Like
Yeah.
at what point is like, okay.
Yeah. I just like Toilet Gate, Skunk Gate. They don't even know about Skunk Gate.
They don't know about Skunk Gate. I'm still mad about Shit Myself Gate, but
Yeah.
that's beside the point. Mm-hmm. It's funny because like I'm having one of those photos blown up, like, and because I truly do love it.
What photo?
One of us on the side of the road, but like I know the lore behind it, and it's like, no, I did shit myself and throw up in my lap that day.
Oh, that day. Oh my God. And we fought because then that was after Tart Trip Gate. Like Tart Trip Gate had happened right after that. That was like,
Oh, it was Tart Trip Gate.
like I got invited and you thought I didn't tell you. And you were like, so.
Or was it Taylor Swift Gate?
What's Taylor Swift Gate? No.
Oh.
Because Taylor Swift Gate was on Managers, I think.
Yeah, but I thought it was a whole thing.
That was the hardest time for me. That was like, we just could not, like, holy fucking shit. But that photo shoot is so funny because it is just like you and I outside of a trailer eating hot dogs, like giving a USA, like we're touring the USA photo. This is us, we're hitchhiking. And it was like the worst day ever.
Well, I shit myself and threw up in my lap, and Tana says, you have to be there, you have to be there, you have to be there. I get there, and then she's an hour and a half late, and we have 4 minutes of sunlight. So imagine me sitting there that whole time, no bathroom, no means of relieving myself anywhere. And then just for her to show up, I had to stop and get a vape. And it was a whole thing. She kept having to do outfit changes.
But there's more to this. There, like, and then I could go in on my side, and maybe we'll never fully agree on that. And I think the point is that it's over and it's beautiful.
No, but well, okay, fine. I was gonna say there was a new gate after that when I only received 4 images from the shoot.
There is a whole part of that too. Like, why were those fucking photos $20,000? But I think that we digress on that one.
Let it rest.
Yeah, let it. It's dead. It's good. We're good. I have like so many more, like the Sex Bed Club with Mike Malak night, Dolby projector night.
Because that was another one of my like not so shining moments. I think I texted in our work group chat and said like somebody's gonna die tonight.
But honestly, looking back on that, you were kind of valid. We did that. I don't know if people like, because the people who attended the show know this, but arguably one of our most, I think you were completely valid in saying that. I like now looking back, I didn't want you to get caught up, I think was my thing. I was like, don't say that in case you get in trouble, but you were valid on telling people that. Anyways, we had 2 sold out shows at the Dolby Theater in Los Angeles, and it was the end of the US tour. And you and I, we're in a good place at this point too, but we're so excited for these shows. It's the most massive crowd ever. It's in LA, so we're constantly talking about it in LA. We're inviting everyone in LA. We knew that Trisha Paytas was coming out for night 2, the final night, and we're so excited. And we knew the people were gonna be so fucking excited. And we were so grateful and just mind blown that we did 2 nights there. But grateful too, because that meant that night 1, we could kind of make sure it was the perfect show with the Dolby, so that by the time Trisha came for night 2, it was flawless. And it was this flawless execution. And we get to the Dolby Theater, bells on, to finally do our LA show. And there's also an element to the LA show where maybe you invite a few people who doubted you.
I invited every single person I know to that first LA show.
Yes.
Literally friends, family, friends of family, like family of friends. Like,
yes, every person we know. And 20 minutes before show, the projector, the entire show, I have goosebumps even thinking about it right now. The entire show, we're playing this game where the wheel spins, and then whatever it lands on, we tell a story in relation to that topic. Okay. and telling the craziest stories, mind you. But the show was so heavily reliant on the things on the screen behind us, and the Dolby, I don't know if it was our people's fault or the Dolby's fault, I don't remember. Technical difficulty of the century, black stage. Go out in 20 girls. Here's your mic. Figure it the fuck out.
So a 100% visual show turned into her and I just talking.
Having to do stand up and just talk through it and like almost joke about how the thing, because everyone knew at that point that we would do the show with the screen behind us, so we're having to joke about it not working but still try to carry the best show ever. But it's like, no matter how good you do, it's not your show that you've been doing for 40 fucking shows, and you're so upset and like
and you know, again, it's everybody you care about is like, oh my God,
everyone
this is the
we
one
know
they're
is
gonna see.
All of our agents like hoping we get another tour there. Everyone we know is like watching this black show, and like we did our best. Again, I'm so proud of us. Like how many moments like that happened, like technical difficulties that were out of our control, and you and I would still go out there and give it our fucking all and like kill it. But like,
yeah, it was rough.
And thank God, night 2, they got it working, and we had Trisha Paytas come out, and we had the best show of our fucking lives. Like it was the greatest. Like, but those night 1 people, like it's like,
I know, still to this day, I'm like, one day
they got a very different show, because then we almost had to carry for no projector by exposing more things. And you know, I don't think it was necessarily a bad show. It was just the way that we felt that was so crazy. Like, oh my God, what else is there? The stage rushing, girl.
Oh my God, that was crazy. But honestly, like, is there anything left to be said about that girl? Poor thing.
No, I mean, yeah, it's nothing about her specifically, but I think that changed everything too. That was one of those moments that changed everything. Like, the girl rushes on stage, I run off, Brooke freezes. You all know that was a very classic psychological display of freeze versus flight and just whatever. We get off stage, we find out that she was not in her right mind, and it was not like just a crazed drunk fan trying to get a TikTok moment or more lighthearted things like someone dared her to do that or like whatever, that it was actually someone who was maybe trying to do something that was not good. And I already have a lot of fears with that, and stalkers and people doing weird stuff to us, and lots of other weird things that had happened to us across tour that people did, and following us and following our bus and following cars. And I'm very paranoid. And then finding out that her intentions, that she wasn't in the right mind and her intentions were dark, and that was, she rushed the stage and whatever. And then, I don't know if we've ever talked about this, I think we have, but we get off stage immediately. I'm in the car, it's just you and me in the car, and we're on our way to the hotel. And we're sitting there, I'm having a full-blown panic attack about it. And Brooke's kind of being Brooke, she's trying to talk me down off of it, and she's much lighter about it. I'm freaking the fuck out in this car. And all of a sudden, across the windshield, the biggest, loudest, just thud. And I look up and it's a body. It's a body of a girl who threw herself at the windshield of our car trying to like have a moment.
Think not like, oh, like she got touched by the car, like she flew over the windshield.
Like as if we hit her going 100 miles per hour, but she charged at it. And I just remember instantly like screaming, like being so scared. And then that was the moment that we upped our security to fucking Fort Knox level. And then every other show that we did since, Ray and Lincoln, hello.
It was Ray and Lincoln, and then Ray and Craig.
Yes, sat behind us. Like you'll see like on stage, and just like how funny that dynamic was. Like we never talked about that, because then we'd leave stage every night and it's like they were on stage the whole time too. You know what I mean? So we're all fist bumping, and like they're hearing these fucked up stories from our lives. And like
I know every time I'm like, Craig, like especially like, I don't know, I'm like, they have like kids and they're probably so ashamed of us.
No, they really do love us so much, but I know that both of those men had only ever really toured with big musicians. Ray worked so heavily with like Ashanti and
no, I'm with Craig. I'm like vintage shopping with Craig, and he goes, I was on that tour, and I look and it's a Britney Spears tour in 2000. I go, Craig,
like that's all they'd ever done, and now they're on stage, and we're telling fucked up sex stories and fucked up just like insane, the things we can never share on the podcast, truly, you know what I mean? And that was just like such a funny dynamic, and I'm so grateful God brought me Ray. He like just still is my bodyguard and
he's
protecting me. I'm going through a lot right now, by the way. I don't think I'm going to podcast about it, but he's back, and he's back and LAPD doesn't give a fuck. But
Come stay at my house.
Yes, I can. And don't make sure that you do all the, well, then again, look at me. I took every precaution in the world to not be found by this one person, and none of it worked. So, but yeah, like Ray's helping me through that. And so everything does happen for a reason. I don't know what I'd do without him. I had Buc-ee's nights and drunk girls leaving the shows. Like I wanted to just touch on our Buc-ee's memories. Like that was so fun. That was like the most fun you and I ever had.
Touring on a bus was just the most fun that we've ever had. It was as much as I loved and appreciated Europe and Australia, it was like definitely special and like nothing I'd ever done before. It was such a different dynamic because there's no like camaraderie like there is on a bus.
It's like living separately, kind of like when you're hotel and flying, like whereas like you live together. Like we lived together.
There were like on the Europe and Australia tour, we would go sometimes like 5 days without seeing each other.
Like off days and just like all the things.
Which is totally fine because you wanted to spend time at home, and I completely respect that.
And just resting, you know what I mean? Like I needed rest across that. I was definitely like tired, you know? Yeah, the bus was crazy. Like we genuinely fucking lived together for months at a time with all of these other people, like, and Toilet Gate and Buc-ee's nights and all of those things came from that. And like even just thinking about Buc-ee's nights and like all those like cute things that we would do and like have so much fun. And like,
it was so much fun, but then at the same time I'm like, damn, I wasted so many of those nights fucking going through somebody's following and trying to figure out where they all were. Like Brooke. I'm so happy. Honestly, I'm just more than anything in the world, I'm so grateful that I will never feel those feelings ever again.
You're fucking engaged.
I know.
Like that's
engaged. You know what's crazy? I was just telling someone this yesterday, but on July 6th of 2024, or wait, I don't know. Yeah, 2024, I posted my Clinton Kane, like, Who the Fuck Did I Marry series. And then on July 7th of 2025, I got engaged, like literally exactly a year later. And also, like, you know, I'm buying a house a year after that. Like, it's so interesting how much can change in a year. Like, that was such a huge moment where I, like, literally thought it was, like, the biggest deal in the world. And only 365 days later, I am marrying someone that I hadn't even met yet.
Who treats you so amazingly, by the way.
Like, I could
Who worships the ground you walk on.
Just never imagine, like, ever even knowing somebody like him. Like, I just had no idea. We're buying a house together and we're getting married and I'm like, what the hell was I doing?
I don't know if you want to talk about it at all, but so you can cut this. And just how much you two had to go through together in this time of like being engaged and like so many things about him being untrue and like you writing for him. And like, I wonder and I hope that at some point, because I know the like truth and the backstory of that whole situation. I've seen it all with my own eyes.
Yeah.
Which is why even when I get comments, you know, oh my God, you're an apologist and you're this and you're that. I would never, ever, ever allow you or stand by you if I thought you were marrying a person like that or an evil person.
I also just never would. You know what I mean? Like, and it's hard to say that because especially when people already feel like some type of way about me. It's possible to be like, no, but like that's not my character because everyone like is like, well, your character sucks, bitch.
Yeah.
Like I just truly in a million years I would never ever like, especially because I think what's kind of hard is because like I've had all these like absolutely horrible like horror stories with the guys that I've dated to where it makes me like it makes people question my judgment a little more than you would another person.
Yes.
But
what I think is the hardest is, again, I've seen all of these things, so that's why I'm speaking on it, is that you can't speak for someone else or air out receipts that you have or air out. You know what I mean? And you're stronger than I think that in the sense that like, yeah, I don't know. It's a touchy, hard thing to talk about, but it's like you know the factual truth. You've heard it out of the mouth of the people.
Yeah.
In all of the people, every single person,
every person involved, every person who was a spectator, every person, you know, around at the time. Like, I think the entire time I just had this mindset of like the truth prevails. You know what I mean? Like eventually I just like assumed it would either people would have enough like discernment to be able to be like, okay, well, obviously this isn't true, but obviously that never happened. And I also, I don't know what I thought was going to happen, but I definitely didn't think that
But me knowing everything that I know and getting to witness your dynamic and knowing who he is as a person. And also in the beginning, like when things first started coming out, like I very much did my own digging and like did my own like.
Me too. Hello.
Yeah.
Like, you know, as much as I can love somebody and be, you know, infatuated by somebody,
You don't wanna be
I've been
blind.
wrong before. Hello.
Yeah.
You guys saw my series. I've been so unbelievably wrong about who somebody was. So I like, oh my God, I did not take that lightly. Are you kidding? I knocked every wall down, you know?
And like even if she was calling me being like, I'm knocking every wall down, and that wasn't good enough for me, I still had to go like fucking find out on my own. You know what I mean? To make sure that the person
Same.
who's my friend that I love is not marrying this person. And then eventually, like I found out everything. And it's so crazy, like, because you guys are obviously being very private in your relationship, but I get to see it. And he is an amazing person who loves you so much and takes care of you so well and is the perfect match for you and all of your intricacies and your craziness. He is like, just like, almost like the way Mongeau is to me, you know, just so patient and loving and wanting for like our growth and chill and just like all of the magical things that I would have dreamt for your partner when you were crying in that studio about Joe, you know. And
Me too.
I hope people get to see that and that the truth does really fully come out to light, because it's a beautiful thing. And I can say that because I know every single detail and every single truth. And I, you know.
Me too. I don't know. It's been obviously fucking horrible, and it literally made me so sick for so long. But I now can kind of look at it and be like, wait, what a positive it's been for me to have like a relationship that I was the only person involved in. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to fucking keep my relationship a secret or not talk about things or not post things. I don't want to do that. But just to protect my own peace, I've had to do that. And it ended up being like such a positive.
And I think that even just in the end, it taught you a very big lesson about privacy is power and about phone down, you know, and about like overconsumption of opinions, wrong or right about you, you know, and responding to them. And like,
yeah. And just like I learned a valuable lesson about like, if once people have made their mind up about something, there's nothing that can come out, nothing that you can say that'll ever make people feel differently. So it's like, I have to surrender. Like,
yes. And that's what peace is. That was me across so many of my things. Like I know there are people to this day that still hate me for a plethora of reasons, right or wrong, things I did that were wrong or things that maybe I see differently, and you know what I mean, like yada yada. Like, but yeah, eventually finding peace and acceptance in that, and knowing that I'm growing and I'm doing the inner work, and like I've become a person that I'm proud of. Like that's all that matters. And I'm very happy to get to see you there and actively working on that, because like there was so much time where I wanted to substance style go in your back and go in your brain and like operate through things for you.
I wish I didn't want to be in there.
Yeah.
I was, oh my God. Even like, I mean, so recently as like the Australian tour, like I literally was going to admit myself somewhere. I was so unwell, like specifically because I mean, obviously I just posted that I was engaged and it was not good. But yeah, I feel better. Like,
but I feel like that ended up teaching you a lesson that like, you know, the truth and you know your life, and like, you know that not everyone needs to see everything, and like,
no, and just like, it sucks because like it was something I wanted so badly and looked forward to my whole life. I allowed to be ruined by people like by just like an imaginary.
Yeah, who don't know the truth.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, God.
And it's almost like too, you can like mentally give grace to those commenters, because it's like if we just saw a TikTok about someone else or whatever, that might form our opinion. You know what I mean?
That truthfully, like that does help me. I have to think about like what I would think about somebody if I thought all of those things to be true. Like if the same, you know, another influencer were in the same situation and I saw this and this, and I was like, oh my God, obviously that must have happened. I would 100% feel differently about that person. I just would naturally. It just sucks because it's like, you know, it's hard to be like,
when you see people say things about you, you know what's true and you know what isn't. And now learning that privacy is power, this also gives like, at some point you could write a beautiful book about like going through these times of your life and like what was true and what wasn't, or like have an entire portion of your podcast be about navigating mental health or navigating mental health in the public eye, or like, you know what I like, you have so much power, like because of these things. You know what I mean? Like, and things can be so powerful because of that, which I think is very cool. You know,
I'm not all the way out of the woods yet. I'm sure I'll have some sort of, I have like an episode a month, but sometimes more.
But that's, you're honest, and that's like beautiful as well. And you're trying, you know, like I think some people to wake up and, you know what I mean, are like, I am this way and I don't want to ever change or ever grow or anything. And you are not that person, and you want to grow and change.
I want to.
So that's fabulous.
I'm trying.
That's all we can do. That's sickening.
I'm in therapy, and I just bought a new workbook for the highly sensitive person.
Yeah, and like that's like just that's sick though, like dead ass, like that's sickening. I had a whole thing about just how much of a whore I was. Like, again,
It was the vibe with the Coachella 2016.
he left me at the Red Rock.
And that he did.
And how upset I was over that relationship.
That was such a funny relationship because, like, what the hell was that?
I know, and I like thought I was gonna marry him. Like, genuinely, like, how funny is that?
You just really cracked me up. Like, you just randomly, I swear you met him and you started dating like the next day.
I know, it's because there was a lot of lore there. You know, he grew up in Vegas and was childhood best friends with one of my best friends. So it like, you know what I mean? It like worked, and like just so funny. That one was, and such a genuine crash out. Christmas, you can bleep this, but
Oh,
like that happened on the canceled podcast, and I was walking the dog, and we just told this story in full on stage actually, because I was talking about people I dated and the victims of my actions and all of that, and just all of the things. But that one was crazy between Chris and I, and then I was publicly dating Lil Xan, and like all of that happened across canceled. Pool Boy, Mod Sun, Sahara Ray, and Avril Lavigne.
sorry, Mod Son. I told you I would never talk about you on the canceled podcast again.
I owe Mod Sun an apology as well. I really do. It's funny. I posted a TikTok the other day, the one where I was addressing like deleting canceled, and like I posted just saying that like I no longer want to delete it. Obviously, I struggle with digital footprint sometimes. And Mod commented on it, and he goes, "There's some episodes of the canceled podcast I'd love to have deleted." And I was like, "You are so real for that." Like, and even just if I ever see comments now, because obviously like I think that was the same episode as Ashley
God,
Turks,
that was quite the episode.
Like,
it's our most viewed episode.
which it makes me sick now, because even Mod, I think I left out so many things. I was equally as awful, and like he was actually such a great loving partner and person, and you know what I mean, just like, so he is such an amazing human being, and I hate that I ever contributed to people thinking anything other than that. Like, you know what I mean, as anything that he did wrong, I did something just as wrong, and like so many of the things that he did were also results of things that I did. And like Mod Sun loved me so much and was such a genuine person, and I loved him so much.
And I loved him so much.
Yeah, like he deserves one of the biggest apologies probably of just all of the people that I've said things about. I never want to contribute to anything but good words towards that really good person who was just normal and like had flaws like me. And like, you were also just a stupid drunk whore, Tana. And like bringing Avril Lavigne into it, all of that, like just shut the fuck up. That is the episode. That is the climax of just to make podcast equipment more expensive.
Who else do we need to apologize to? Who else have we really beefed with on this podcast? Junie B. Jones.
Oh yeah, I think.
Do you?
I think that Devin has a lot of games that will probably
let's play
refresh
some
us. Okay, you guys, we have ran through some notes and ran through some memories and ran through some feelings. And we're going to take a beat on that. And we have prepared a lot of segments that just encapsulate what the canceled podcast was. And I think it will jog our memory on some different things that we don't even remember. We're really just out here apologizing for the big ones and talking about the big ones. Fuck, I did want to talk about life during Clinton Kane though. Like not the actual episode in the series, but what our life was like during that. Remind me to do that. So this first game is Sorry Not Sorry Canceled Edition, where Brooke and I will be discussing if we are sorry or not sorry. Alyssa Violet feud.
I'm not sorry.
I'm not sorry in the slightest. I hated life after it. I wanted to talk about this too. Like at one point in our podcast, and I've never thought about this at all any more than when we talked about it and we posted an Instagram story about it. And again, this goes back to what I was saying earlier about just kind of being like not able to understand the weight of achievements and accomplishments or just certain analytics or whatever it is until it's over. Our podcast was number 2 in the world. The only podcast that was bigger than us at the time was Joe fucking Rogan. Like I remember opening the charts and literally just seeing Joe Rogan and Canceled with Tana, Mongeau, and Brooke Schofield.
What was that about?
And that is so crazy now being out of it to look back on. Holy fucking shit. And that was during this time.
Mm-hmm. It was right off the heels of the Matt Rife. It was Matt Rife, Alyssa Violet, Clinton Kane, and Zach Sang all got it in like a 11-day period.
Mm-hmm. And I see why people were tuning in. I mean, I definitely understand. It is wild now, especially to just think about all of the beautiful things we could have done with having the number 2 podcast in the world.
Yeah, but instead I wanted to play fucking whack-a-mole. And just, it was, I don't know what I was on.
With Alyssa, I stand on everything I said, and I think her making that TikTok, laughing in that drive-through and all of that, and shaming me for OF and all of those things were diabolical.
I think I might feel sorry about it.
Do think that I had so many experiences and heard about everything I said was true. Everything I said was true about her demeanor and whatnot. But it did in the end teach me a lot about the weight of the platform. And I don't condone the amount of like hate she got. But she also made that TikTok and you're standing in the kitchen and that's the heat. So it's hard. It did teach me though a lot about the weight of the platform. I will say that.
Yeah. I think maybe I would have done it slightly differently, but I will say I think she liked it. And I think she's still feeding off of it. She's still engaging.
Oh yeah.
Like to this day.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And like maybe it's like, okay, well, yeah, we were awful. So like, yeah.
No, she thinks it's funny to be mean. Yeah, no, I'm
but
not
I
sorry.
think she does. I think she likes the attention, or she would have let it die.
Yeah,
and then I would have said, Alyssa Violet, I am sorry.
Yeah, I'm not.
Actually, Alyssa, you want to come on the podcast? You asked me yesterday. No, I guess I'm sorry, Alyssa.
I'm not.
I will say, well, maybe if we're not
serious,
serious, I'm going to say something nice about her. She might be the most beautiful person I've ever seen.
So gorgeous.
And that sucks.
Only on the outside.
And I have to live with that.
Only on the outside.
She is gorgeous.
And she was funny, like the fact that she filmed that apology video and then it was exactly.
I didn't even clock it. That was funny.
To the tone of your Mindy video. Like it was that's really funny that she did that.
She slayed it.
And yeah, you were right. She liked all of it and it's fine and it is what it is. And if I went back in time, I probably would do that one very similarly because I was very disheartened by her sentiments.
What was I mad at her about? I don't even know.
I think you were just riding for me.
Oh, then yeah.
And like attesting to the mean girl of it all. You know what I mean? Yeah. Tana barking at a waitress.
I'm sorry. I wasn't even there.
Is this calf on the table?
It's probably calf on the table time. Yeah. I think it was foot on the table.
It was not foot on the table.
Should your legs ever be on a table in a restaurant?
You know what, Brooke? That restaurant in LAX is one of the grimier restaurants in that place, and people sleep on the floor and kids are smearing things and whatever. And I have scoliosis and my back hurt and I was having a god awful day and it was just the near end of my knee. And I'm going to point in the visual. This part of my leg no further was on the edge of that table. And I think that woman might have been having a bad day and took it out on me. And I'll never understand instilling fine dining level rules and etiquette in a place where like somebody is like asleep on the floor yelling like Kanye lyrics.
I think you should respect her boundaries, because what if you were to go to a house that's not that nice but that person who owns that house wants you to take your shoes off, would you say, well, this is a shitty house?
No, I would never do that. But I think those are different situations because this is LAX where anything goes. Anything goes. And I wasn't even at a nice restaurant in LAX. And again, it was my knee, arguably. It was like my upper calf. And I don't know what it was. I think she was having a bad day and it you know what I mean? Barking's a little crazy, but I will say that I do think that this scenario could happen again today. I was sober and again, this part of my leg, I don't know how the corner of my shin is bothering you while some lint licker's wiping their snot on the table over there. You do not have to be so mean.
Maybe she yelled at them too.
She didn't. And oh my God, I hope this isn't just me not apologizing the whole time.
I'm sorry to that waitress.
Yeah,
only because I'm the number one to be get your fucking leg off the table.
But I just can't stress you enough. It wasn't my leg across the table.
I just had a moment. Honestly, I just snapped at you at the airport when we were on our way home, and then I felt bad about it the whole way home.
What?
But it's because you just sat down right in front of the check-in desk.
No, it's in front of where they were weighing the luggage. I sit on the floor. But you're right. This is an Ehlers-Danlos or scoliosis thing where I'm in pain. So I alleviate my pain by sitting on the fucking floor. And no one and especially you're clean, you look very clean, you're dressed very clean,
and then I can see myself as a mother being
get up, and your friend Tana sitting on the floor, and I might be a floor sitter wherever we are, wherever we go, and I can understand how that can ruffle some feathers. So I guess I'm sorry.
There's time and place,
But I was about to apologize, about to be I'm really sorry that you feel that way. No, but that's not what I mean. I wish I was posture on 10, sitting classier in an airport.
Pilates will help you with that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And honestly, I hope to not be a floor sitter for the rest of my life. And I wish that woman was nicer and therefore I would have been nicer. LAX is a madhouse.
Next.
Tessa Brooks feud.
I personally feel uninvolved in this.
Me too. But then we could probably go back and we said words that would make us involved. I don't remember what was said.
I'll say yes, I'm sorry to this because I definitely don't think she did anything wrong enough to warrant the amount of hate that she got for it. It was her interaction with Paige, but to this day, I really think there could have been a misunderstanding. Not to discredit Paige in any way, shape, or form because I love Paige.
What was said?
She said she didn't know Paige. Oh,
that's what I was gonna say.
Oh,
didn't she call Paige I believe Paige. I'm always going to ride for Paige. No one should ever treat Paige that way. Paige is so nice and kind. And I know her heart. Paige will never be rude to anyone or anything like that.
Yeah, I guess I didn't remember
this is one of those. This is one of those where I do think that the weight of the podcast made a person receive way too much unnecessary hate. And for that, I apologize. I think we could have maybe made it lighter, but that's also what canceled was at the time. And I will say that I've also spent a decent amount of, not a crazy amount of time, very LA influencer type of interactions, but around Tessa Brooks. And also people have bad days and bad interactions. And that doesn't mean that they deserve thousands of people sending them awful messages. And she is a sweet girl. And even now I just see her making her content and just being I just saw a video of her trying on her outfits at home and hanging up cute shoe racks, and I would never want her to think that I wish the worst for her. I think she deserved all of those comments or anything that.
No, I don't at all. I never want to send a hate train on anyone. And also I think maybe because of what I know about her was why I was that has to be a misunderstanding. Maybe
it was sillier than intended the way it came across and stuff like that. Remember
the time I texted in our work group chat and said somebody's going to die today.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny, silly, but they could have said I threatened them.
Yes. I 100% agree that it could have been one of those, or maybe she thought she was being funny, silly. Paige left with her feelings hurt, and just weight of the podcast. Weight. I am so yes, I am sorry. Weight of the podcast. I'm sorry. She did not deserve hate.
But also, Paige is not just in case. In case.
Zach Sang takedown.
Ugh, I hate to say it, but I am sorry.
Why?
Because I think he kind of got the brunt of
shrapnel in the Clinton situation? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, I think like I had a lot of pent up energy that should have been targeted at Clinton and Clinton alone. Of course, like, you know, there were things that I was not really happy with him doing, and I don't really like think that he's necessarily somebody who I would not want in my life today. But the amount of hate that he got, I don't think it was warranted, and for that reason I do apologize. And I think that he's a very, very talented interviewer. I think he's very smart. I think he's not a bad person. I think he just wanted a good story, and he got one.
You know what? It's canceled, and it's going to be canceled until the fucking very end. So I'm going to say what's on my heart and like what I truly, I'm going to say my truth, right? At that time, I knew some things about him. And then later on, I found out more things about him, and nothing to do with you, more to do, and we can bleep this, but more to do with like and shit. Maybe he did not deserve what you said to him for those reasons. Maybe he did not deserve the hate for those reasons. Like, do you know what I mean? Like maybe you were angry and you said those things and it could have been said differently or done differently. But if I were to play God and look at the karma of the things after finding out other things that he has done in Hollywood and just with people, the dating world and just different things that he has done, karmatically, he did deserve that, but maybe for other reasons. And that's my takeaway.
That's fair. I guess, yeah, I'm proud of myself for sticking up for myself, though, because I feel like I definitely stuck up for myself.
Yeah, that this one is interesting in murky waters, and I don't have a sorry or not sorry because it wasn't really me. I was kind of just there. But like, do I think that he's a phenomenal person?
No, but it's also, it's not a takedown. He's still slaying. So whatever, let him do his thing.
But if some of the whispers I've heard about things that he's doing, if those are true, then we'll see. Leah Kateb, Coachella Dressgate.
Another one where I don't feel involved personally, but I do say sorry.
Same. And you know, it's funny. I was making my Tarte PR list yesterday, and Leah Kateb was one of Tarte's suggestions. And I really don't know where her and I stand. Like, I don't know if she hates me and if she does, I kind of think it's valid. Like,
yeah, I think so too. I just, oh God, it sucks. Like,
but yeah, I love her. Like, I'm such a big fan of her.
Yeah, just as a fan, like I love her, and I love like who she is and what she does for animals.
Same. And like her fashion sense is so insane too, which is so funny that like that's what this like is about.
I think it's pretty lighthearted to say someone has a shitty dress.
You know what I will say? This one, it's not sorry versus sorry. It's the tale as old as time that reviewing fashion is always going to get you in way more trouble than you think in the moment. That like, you know what I mean? And I know, again, it was more between her and Paige, but I know she unfollowed me too. So I know she felt some type of way about it being aired on the podcast. And I do think it's valid to review fashion, and I wish it was lighthearted. The amount of times I have seen people, or even like a Chris Clemens or someone say like, oh my God, Tana looks like fucking shit in that. And that's so horrible. Why the fuck would she wear that? She has no brain. She looks awful. She looks disgusting. All of the things. And then I don't hate those people. Like, I think Chris Clemens is so funny. And like, he was right about all of those takes. Or like, even if I don't think he was, and I still think it was the best outfit ever, But I also have been doing this for a very long time, and I have very thick skin. Another person could be like, damn, why are these girls talking about me and talking about my outfits? And she also has such amazing fashion sense that I think I can also empathize with the fact that she's like, I was wearing this to a fucking Revolve party, and I'm a well-dressed like, bitch.
Where the hell do you guys get off?
Yes, exactly. And like and at the AMAs, I ran into Janae, and I saw her, and she looked
Justice for Janae.
Yes, and she looked beautiful, and we were just having a gaggy fun moment because we'd never met, and it was like, hi, oh my God, and we're hugging and we're complimenting each other and whatever. And then Leah FaceTimes her, and I pop in and I was like, please don't hate me, and she was like, I don't hate you. So I think that we're good. And she also, I understand her just wanting to like disassociate with canceled. Like, she was the last episode before the tweets. And I can imagine her too being like, I'm coming on and just like doing a lighthearted thing after Love Island. And now everyone is saying like, fuck the canceled podcast, let it burn. And I'm the last episode, like, as reference.
I understand that. And then I also flippantly, like, I think we were on a live one time, like right after she'd unfollowed me, which she had unfollowed me, obviously after the tweets, very valid reason to unfollow me. And I said, like, she blocked me. I was like, yeah, she blocked me. Like, I flippantly said that, and she hadn't blocked me. She had unfollowed me. But I think I would hate me as her after that. I mean, if she hadn't already before, so very valid.
I wish there was a category of like, like, it's not sorry or not sorry. Like, I'm looking at Leah Kateb's name and I love Leah Kateb, and my literal reaction is like,
yeah, no, I still, I shamelessly follow her. I love everything that she does. And now I just pretend that never happened. Some things like actually hurt me to think about, so I have to pretend they never happened. Like, I have quite a few examples of those.
And we fucking love you, Leah Kateb, and you looked fabulous in that yellow dress, and you were going to a Revolve party before Coachella, and that is the perfect thing to wear to that.
Not sorry.
I wish we went harder. I wanted to make a documentary.
Exposing Clinton Kane, I am most certainly not sorry.
Yeah, because I think that was one of those things too where it's wild to me that the justice system has no parameters or laws or rules about compulsively lying to the point that it ruins other people's lives.
Well, deception on that level, I think actually should be punishable by law, because it is like, it's weirdly like, I mean, just the way that I felt after that, like that I was, dating, living with, sleeping with like somebody who was imaginary, like that. It's very like, I can't explain the feeling. I'm not sorry. I won't. I'd be lying if I said I don't feel bad about it sometimes. Like, of course, like any level of...
Any person with a heart, like, you know what I mean? Like, you dated this person and they ended up being totally not the person that you thought they were. But like, you still were with a person who he really is.
Yeah. And, you have to assume that somebody who is able to do that and feels like they have to do that is another level of mentally unwell, which makes me feel bad, because you don't like, I mean, I don't want anyone to be
that mentally ill.
Yeah, at all.
And
I just think I look at it more as like a me standing up for myself and like me getting to tell a story that was like very, very traumatic for me. And for that reason, I don't regret it. And like, I hope he's doing well, whatever. I don't regret it.
Yeah. And it happened. And like you probably helped a lot of girls also like stand on business in certain things in certain ways.
I mean, he's still to this day, he'll be like, she's a fucking liar. She's a liar.
Yeah, which is crazy because you are not. I know every detail, and I did. It's funny now looking back. I was really about to invest like $100,000 in making an entire documentary about it because that's how passionate I was, because I watched it all unfold from the moment that you met him.
There's also so much that I like didn't say. I think being with Miles has helped me realize like how unserious that relationship was. Whereas like in the moment I felt like it was the most fucking serious thing in the entire world. And I think like that was like the disconnect, 'cause he's like, I barely know her. And I'm like, that was the love of my life.
Yeah. Well, and just getting cheated on so rampantly. I think there's also a part of me that feels horrible for his fans and horrible for people who actually lost the lives of their parents. That resonated so much. I hate anyone who it does shit like that, is like sham lying to profit off of broken people.
Well, now he has a new angle, all his music is about how the neglect led him to that point
of mentally killing off someone who's alive.
He has a line in his new song where he says like, I told the whole world where they could find your grave, and like talking about how he like lied about it because they were so bad. And like, you know what? More power to you. Yeah, go off.
I don't know. Especially just with knowing Alex Warren and seeing someone with that real story and how much he does help people and move and like, you know what I mean? It's like, you can't fake that story. I also want to talk about scrapped episodes at some point. Justice for Alex Warren, Hallie Batchelder, Harry Daniels, the Lila and Stassi scrapped episode, and we got high with all of our friends. Those are our scrapped. Mainly like,
when did we get high with all of our friends?
On tour. In that,
don't remember.
We went to like, it was in Nashville. Aaron flew out.
Oh, I've never heard of that. But it's because every time I get high, I get like so absent that like I wasn't there. Yeah, that's and it was just everyone else like yelling, and then like Ari got super angry and uncomfortable on camera, and it was like super bad. Oh, also Labubu Gate. Labubu Gate was scrapped. That, and thank God. It's funny because Labubu Gate actually ended up turning into. Labubu Gate is still rampant. Yeah, like yeah. God damn. If we ever there's a part of me that wants to keep that and one day show it to the people. I've never been so scared for my life on a podcast. I've never on a podcast gotten actually so angry to where I in the middle of the episode I was like, we have to stop because I'm getting so mad.
Yeah.
And I don't even really get mad like that. Like, I guess I get mad, but
And
it was just like
it just, oh my God, the scrapped episodes. Major apology to Harry, Hallie, and Alex. Like Hallie,
because those all should have just come out.
Yes. Harry he's so sweet and young TikTok generation. And it was like a lot of ADHD, no tangents, like got finished. And it would have taken us like weeks to like edit it together to make sense. And then like a lot of people got exposed and I didn't know if like he'd end up actually being okay with that. And I think he was also just like really excited and he had a friend there who was really excited and they were just like talking over each other and it was like craziness. And after Meghan Trainor, I never wanted to put someone else in a situation again where like the ADHD, because sometimes that's what it is. You sit down with people and it's so ADHD lore and it's like fun in real life, but then people can't consume it.
Yeah, it makes people angry.
Yeah, and I didn't want to do that. Hallie was so like funny and amazing. She came on and she like had so much lore about Noah Centineo and like just random like funny things and whatever. But then we collectively decided that this podcast was coming to an end and that the final episodes needed to be just like us talking, and that was why that one got scrapped. We love you, Hallie, though. You're amazing. Alex Warren, I have no
you
reasoning.
just let that slip through the cracks. Look at him, so much more successful than us, and we just scrapped his episode like he was worth nothing.
And he's worth everything. And he came on and he shared the most beautiful sentiments about his hard life and story. And it was one of those cases where then we filmed something else that was current and we kept letting the currents never, like, you know what I mean? Like we didn't find a space to fit it in. We kept wanting to put out current events because shit was happening. Justice for Alex Warren. And I fucking love you so fucking much.
Matt Rife cheating scandal. I'm going to go sorry on this one. I am. I know I am. Because this was kind of another, I think, again, my current relationship has made me feel so differently about a lot of things that I used to think were serious that were not serious. Because to me, it felt like such a big deal. And I really liked him so much that like I was really hurt when it ended. And then like to find all that out, I was actually really sad as much as I wanted to make it like this, like fuck you thing. I was really upset. Mm-hmm. But also another case of just like, girl, he doesn't like you. And that's fine.
I could not disagree with you more, Brooke
Really?
Amber. I could not disagree with you more, which common theme for us, you know. But because I think that someone who is doing that to women, like, you know, he was saying to other women at that time, I'm going to go be with my grandma. And then the grandma was another woman, you know, and having 7 partners at once and telling them all the exact same and sending them the exact same photos and the exact same things and saying, you know, like he was love bombing the shit out of you. Saying, I want to be together forever. And I don't know his exact verbiage, but it was on some, I want to fucking marry you shit.
I had fun though.
Yes, but who you are as a person to do that to you and 7 other people is not okay and you should be stopped. And I think that to do that makes you a narcissist, maybe a liar. I cannot diagnose him as a sociopath, but I think that some of that behavior was very sociopathic. The only way to hurt someone who possesses some of those traits is by doing what you did. And I think he hurt you and 7 other women. And he should not have been allowed to go around and parade around like he is the good guy. And let us not forget, God left the motherfucking tag on.
Yeah, I think
you cannot hook up with women while then making vile jokes like that.
But then I laugh at other things that are like really fucked up jokes. You know what I mean? I laugh at other people. Like if Shane Gillis were to make that joke, I'd be like, haha.
I guess, but also like feelings matter. You know what I mean?
I'm not, again, I kind of did this on the last episode too. I'm not like trying to be an apologist. I think that you are embarrassed of what you did. I'm embarrassed. And I also like if the worst thing that he did was just like, you know, kind of be deceptive, like, he was
Be
obviously
deceptive.
he was sneaking around and stuff, but I think I've been so like people have done so much more wrong to me that I'm like, let him live, you know?
I think that can be two different things. You can be like, oh my God, I was crazy. And I never want to be like a quote unquote crazy ass bitch again, right? Or like I don't align with being that way now. But I think he deserved that and more. And I think that...
But like, have you never... Okay, never mind.
Well, no.
I now I am being a Matt Rife apologist. I don't know why I've like had this like major change of heart about it recently. I think just because I'm like...
I think the embarrassment is clouding it.
But I think... God, yeah, I guess he's one of the only people that I look back on and I'm like, okay, well, he to me was like always really great. Wait, what the hell am I talking about?
Liar, lie to your face. And think about how much more has come out. He
I don't even know what just
hates
came over
women.
me.
Like it's your guilt complex X embarrassment clouding the fact that two things can be true.
I think I started putting all these guys like in a line. Okay. And then I was like, I put Clinton Kane and then Mr. Big. I put them up here. So then it knocked Matt Rife down a couple notches and like it kept happening to the point where I was like, okay, you know what? What he did wasn't so bad.
I can understand that you can be like, oh my God, he played me. And in the grand scheme of things, guys do that all the time. And he played me and whatever. It's not that deep. But my opinion, horrible person, deserved it all.
I guess that's the takeaway is that I just feel like it wasn't that deep and like maybe I didn't have to go on such a rampage, but it was the vibe at the time. And you know what? It was how I felt at the time. I was really hurt by it. I was upset. And,
rightfully so.
And I was like, even then I felt like I was kind of like, I was defending him really hard on the podcast at that time because he was going through a lot like with his cancellation and stuff. So like, whatever.
No.
We've talked too much about him. Let's go. Guys shouldn't get away with talking to a bunch of girls at once, but I also don't think like, maybe I should. Okay, it doesn't matter. Bringing BB on tour. Sorry. Next.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to speak on. Well, it's on some Team Bryce shit. It's not my beef. You know what I mean?
It's not my beef either. I don't even know what it's about.
I saw someone the other day fucking make a TikTok and they're like, all of Tana's friends are so this, that, and the other. And it's like, I'm making fucking blueberry muffins at home with Ashley, Amari, and Isabella, who like I have fucking been with since birth, you know, who like just, I don't know. Like, it's so funny. I get dragged so into these things that genuinely do not, like, I'm no part of this. And
I'm no part of that either.
Yeah, and you also, I'm very proud of you because I know your brain and I think that you're taking the high road by not taking this to social media.
Well, here we are. Anyway, Georgegate.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
but
me. I think
we've exhausted Georgegate. I kind of feel bad for the viewers if we talk about Georgegate any further.
I kind of agree with you. And I think just ending take, we came to a conclusion on both of our faults in that scenario, some grander than others, and how we could have been better in that scenario. And I would not change it. It only made us stronger. And now it's like just a forever funny. I'll never hear the word jorts without laughing.
It's hilarious.
And that's, I'm Jorts McGee in her phone. It's engraved on a Cartier bracelet that I will never take off. Sleeping with pool boy.
Are we sorry? No, I'm not sorry.
I'm not sorry.
Hot guy.
Hayes Greer next.
Wine for
and
him.
we love you, Hayes Greer. And I will just say he also has,
everyone knows it's Hayes. We've posted, like everyone knows.
Yeah, that's very true. He was, we don't talk to Hayes a lot now, and he's in like a very different era of life, and I'm sure he doesn't like want any of this, but like he was nothing across it, and we beat it home too. Like the pool boy mentions on the pod, we beat them home, and he was nothing but a good support. He attended the second canceled launch. He was there that night.
Yeah,
he came to the launch.
He's a sweetheart. He didn't deserve to be a character.
But like was also just down and funny and sweet about it. And like I think he made a TikTok like cleaning the pool, just like good sport, you know? Like
yeah.
And yeah, like it was a vibe at the time.
Wine tour. I'm so deeply sorry, and I wasn't even there.
I am also sorry. It was the worst day of my life, but I am so sorry for omitting details about that person. I should have never done that.
No,
you
should have omitted details, but instead you
or not omitting. That's not the word I meant. I am so sorry for sharing
Yeah.
details about that person and the scenario. And it's so
funny. I'm pretty sure you gave her coordinates.
Like I
Aaron
handled
style.
that. I could have told that exact story from that exact day in a different way. And it would be something that to this day I'd be proud of and it would have been funny. And I had the storytelling skills to do that. And I chose to be a stupid, drunk, petty. And oh my God, on tour, J-Rod and I were editing together the montage that was going to play. Have you ever seen, Brooke? I remember right after this happened, Babbel, who is a service.
They made a statement.
A public statement denouncing me. And they're a language app. That's what they do. They teach people other languages and about other cultures. And that was the ad that was in this podcast where I'm ranting so poorly about what happened to me in France. Or what happened in France. I shouldn't just say happened to me. Hold on. It's going to take me a second to find, Brooke, but it is so worth the time.
Oh, man. Hate to be publicly denounced by a brand. Rest in peace, Chili's.
Rest in peace.
I'm like, damn, can we post the pictures? We looked amazing.
Watch this, and I'll send this right now. But this,
are you like talking about it and then you go like, Babbel is a...
Honestly,
yes.
I loved it.
Like
I kind of want her dead. No offense.
No, I literally, I absolutely want her dead at the hands of me.
Well, okay. So was that your only negative experience at least?
Yeah.
That's good.
Other than the fact that I can't walk. But that was a positive before it was a
I don't know if
negative.
we call that negative.
That was a positive before it was a negative. Estás disfrutando de mi podcast? Thanks to Babbel? I know what that means. Do you?
Recently, I've been learning to speak.
Oh, God.
you're lying that is a real excerpt of the podcast. And then I remember they denounced me and I was aghast. I could not believe that they did not want to work with us any further. You lost ass bitch. You are so fucking stupid, Tana Marie Mongeau, and I'm so fucking happy that you are no longer this person. And oh my good
same. I'm the one saying I wish she died. I don't even know this woman.
And it just, again, I could have told that story, and it was like, there are certain things that she said and did that were, you know, so wild, and it was like a horrible experience, a horrible day for me. I had a horrible, horrible day. I was saying, like, to Paige recently that, like, obviously under all like serious actual worst days of my life, it's like deaths and funerals and whatnot, and like actual horrible days of my life, like if I had a list of just anecdotal like stupid shitty worst days of my life, that would be the worst day of my life. Like I don't give a fuck. I was so unhappy and miserable, but I cannot believe I was that stupid and inconsiderate. You know, this is like the height of that stupidity, but there are so many moments across Canceled where I should have told things in such a different way, and for that I'm definitely sorry. Even that goes for most of these, you know, just like there are certain anecdotal things that should have been said with so much more wisdom and grace and empathy and kindness and class, and
If only. You know,
Next.
my worst day of my life? The day I shit my pants. Brooke peed in the middle of Coachella. Was I in trouble for that?
You peed in the middle of Coachella?
Oh, no. Yeah, I did.
I feel like you'd do that now.
With Madeline RG, and we peed in the middle of Coachella.
I feel like you'd do that now.
It was last year.
Yeah. So not sorry.
I'm not sorry. I had to pee. I didn't pee like anywhere where like someone would step or something. I was in a corner. I am not sorry. I would do it 1,000 times over. Feeding Marianne and not myself. Why would I need to eat if Marianne can eat?
That is, Marianne is now also, people asked a lot for Marianne updates, and she is good. She is fed. We kept making the joke on tour that she's driving a Maserati, and we don't know that, but we know that she is good. And
I know that we're still supporting Marianne.
Yes.
And I love that.
And thank God for those white foxholes, because they keep Marianne fed. And that is one of the greatest moments of the Canceled podcast. And every time I see that clip, I do not skip it. I don't know why I had a fuck ass bob like that. Fuck ass bob like that. It's not about having a bob.
It was a lob.
Yes.
Was a lob.
It's not about having a bob. That was just a fuck ass.
Yeah, and make
bob.
sure you clarify. It's never about the haircut. It's about the execution.
I don't know if that was about your micro bang shit. I'm saying the fuck out of that.
I love micro bangs. I apologize deeply. Is micro bangs on here? I am sorry to the woman with the micro bangs, but in that photo, They were pointing in every which direction. She quickly proved me wrong by posting a photo with her microbangs styled, in which she looked absolutely gorgeous. Okay, as all people with microbangs do.
I think you guys should come together. Like if you ever like run into her or something, like you should do a funny video where you put in fake bangs.
It was a weak moment. She made a couple videos in a row about like obviously the Miles situation, which we know is not true, but she doesn't know is not true. And it frustrated me because it was feeding this whole thing that was just like, it was this huge horrible thing that just like, I don't know, was affecting my life a lot. And so I'm sorry I took it out on your bangs, and it was never about your bangs.
Yeah.
But in that video, they looked awful.
Brooke.
I'm totally kidding. I'm totally kidding. I'm kidding.
And I think a lesson that like, had you maybe left a comment defending the situation versus.
I did. It was at the end.
Oh.
I said like.
Maybe leave that out.
No, I said this, and this. I hate that you used my mental illness. I said all this. And then the last line was, and you can't talk to me with bangs like that. And I could have left it out, but it was what I felt in the moment. And you know what? You have to just sometimes go with your gut.
This is me and LAX. You wish my leg wasn't on that table, and I wish you left that comment out, and that's okay. Yeah, I have always struggled with, because like I said, like someone commented on my video saying like you have fucked up teeth or something, and then I went and I green screened that person's teeth, and I took it down and I ended up working it out and like all of those things. But it is, I'll never know the correct answer because there is the platform of it all. You know what I mean? Like doing that on our platform is, you know, but if someone can say something.
Well, her video had like 12 million views.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying.
It was a horrible, hateful video about me. Gorgeous girl, great haircut, once styled.
Yeah, and I think that you hit the nail on the head by saying that like you know that things aren't true, you know? And so that's where your frustration.
Yeah, it's just it was a bigger issue than her. It was like all these videos being made with such conviction, like grown adults who can make a video saying something as absolute truth when we know it's not truth.
Yeah.
How frustrating that is to be on the other side of it and just like see video after video after video. I still see it today. I still get thousands of comments about it a day.
Yeah.
That are like, you are doing this, you're supporting a man who does this, when it is actually just factually not true. So I was really caught up in it. She's a beautiful girl. Her haircut is also gorgeous and beautiful.
And that's that. Bloodgate on her cross. This is funny.
That's not even the most embarrassing thing that's happened to me with this guy. I'm going to just be honest.
Oh yeah, and you told the full story on stage. Do we talk about that at all in this episode, by the way? Like stories that we told on stage that like.
No, wait, what was? I don't even know what it was. I just can assume that wasn't the worst because
K-pop.
That was,
Jacket.
Yeah. No regrets. I would bleed on him again. Well, I won't, and I wouldn't, but like I wouldn't. I should say I wouldn't take it back.
Yes. And we love him.
He has a funny line, cut this, but he has a song that says, "And now my sheets are covered in red." And I'm like, me.
You should please leave that in. I'm hell begging. It's the last episode. You have to leave that in. That's so fucking funny.
Well, I forget what the actual line is, but it's like something along those lines.
That
it's
is
like,
so funny.
My sheets are painted red or something. I'm like, yeah,
you're like, that was me. Swearing at the streamies. It is the streamies, yes.
So funny.
Not sorry at all.
I just reposted it the other day.
So fucking funny. I literally, like, I do feel bad for the girl who was standing next to me.
I never saw her reaction until the other day when I watched the video. It cracked me.
But truly, like, I was dead sober. That is what makes it so fucking funny. I can't guarantee if put in the exact same scenario. Well, now actually I would probably take a quarter bar before it so that I'm not having the panic attack that I'm so clearly having on stage. And I would commit to like using my ad read voice and just read. That's what I would do today. I would medicate, and then I would like gaming as I da-da-da and like do my best. But I was just having a panic attack, and genuinely who wrote that, you know, and like who having Tana Mongeau present an award in the gaming category is diabolical. And I don't even think the streamies are that mad. And even if they were, like, it was a very viral moment of their award show.
It was very funny.
Yes. And one thing about me is if I have an embarrassing moment, how I look will always play into my perception of it in my head. Like, even knowing I accepted the Streamies Creator of the Year in that lime green fucking god awful pantsuit. I found it the other day in my storage unit, by the way, a relic. That will eat me alive, but I was serving. And that is, I'm fine with it for that reason.
I love that. I feel like we can skip this one. Who cares?
I have like a funny from the other night that I want to talk about, but like if you don't want to talk about it. This is about Becca Moore, right?
Yeah.
Can we?
But you guys never told her, you never said her name on the pod.
Everyone knew.
Which is so, because now you guys are friends.
Yeah.
And I think that's so cool. And it's so funny because we talk about this a lot. You always talk about this in reference to Mod Sun, and I talk about this just in reference, like a lot of this happened across Canceled too, where it was like your beef with someone, you know what I mean? And like, then I would go in on it and I would have to ride for it. And then like, you always say with Mod Sun, like it was my beef with him, but you had to ride for it. And then like you'd run into Mod Sun and it's like,
yeah, like sorry.
Or almost like, so we see her the other night, she's at Brooke's hair launch. And this is one of those cases, like I always talk about this with Nick Viall, where like I didn't remember what I said or why I was angry or why I was whatever, but I would see Nick Viall and I'd be like, but I didn't even know why I was like that. And she came the other night and I was like, she's talking to you. And I'm sitting there with Miles and I'm like, what happened? What did she do to Brooke? Like, why do I still harbor this? Like, why do I feel this way? I'm looking up your guys' like TikTok past, trying to figure it out. And I like couldn't figure it out. And I was just like sitting there and I was like, this is one of those that I'm just going to have to eat. You know what I mean? Like I rode for my friend so hard that like, I don't know if her and I will ever, you know.
No, it was definitely like both of us just like being stupid. In another case of like me talking, like she flippantly said something about me on her podcast with no names. And so then I went ahead and like did something worse like on our podcast. But I
remember it was like cockroach, right? Like she missed a meeting because there was a bug.
Well, but it was like she said she was in a business relationship with somebody and then she had a bad feeling about it, and then she found out later that this person was like a bad person. So that's what she had said, and then I like went in and said like all that about her.
That's what I was trying to get you to tell me the other night.
But
because
but then she just recently, or just the other night, like when I saw her, she was like, do you want to know what it was that made me think that you were a bad person? And she told me, and I was like, oh my God, so valid. I don't know. I think it was all pretty stupid, but I look past it. It's water under the bridge to me because of everything that I've like gone through in the past year and how much like I've struggled mentally. Anybody, especially somebody who like doesn't like me or who I have like a bad relationship with, if they reach out to me and they're like, hey, I hope you're okay and stuff, I like really appreciate that because
shows they have a good heart.
I needed it. Yeah.
Yeah. And she also is killing it. Mm-hmm. Like just every time I see a solo clip of her, like she is very talented.
Yeah.
Like just, and she went through a lot in like a previous relationship. Yeah. And that is really.
And she got a lot of hate. She got a lot of hate. So I did the same thing, you know, afterward, like when she was getting it, I was like checking in on her and it just like, I'm like, who cares? Like internet beef is so stupid.
If you're happy, I'm happy for you.
I'm happy.
I would go back in time and have Matt Rife on the pod 1,000 times because I love my Osama bin Laden joke.
It's crazy because even in the moment, I like didn't know it was the hit that it was.
Me either. Really, it was just my thought, and it's one of my favorite clips of the Canceled podcast of all time, truly, because what he was saying was wild. But Brooke clearly has expressed that she is tired of exhausting this at nauseum, and we are moving on.
I'm just I'm sad. I like wanted to watch the new Kill Tony on Netflix, and he's just like the front. I'm like, fuck, I can't even watch Kill Tony.
And I'm really
anymore.
not trying to get that Annabelle hex, but I mean, I even made Mokoa make a TikTok with the elf setting spray. Like we're in too deep. I'm in too deep, at least.
Oh gosh.
Our next game is True or False, where we will be saying, you guessed it, true
or false.
This one was heavily requested by you guys in the comments of our TikTok, and let's see if we can debunk anything.
Oh, are we supposed to not know the answers to these? Because I already don't know the answer to this.
Brooke told Kevin, he left me at the Red Rock. Sorry to call you out by name. Love you. You're the best. We are still great friends. He left me at the Red Rock for valid reasons. I probably should have led with that. Brooke told Kevin she loved his name the first time she met him. You looked this man dead in the face and you said, why the fuck are you named Kevin?
Oh, really?
And then you proceeded to tell him how much you hate the name Kevin.
No way.
And then,
I feel like I like the name Kevin.
What? No, because we were on this car ride to Omni nightclub, and for the entire car ride, you were just like, it just doesn't roll off the tongue. Like, what, Tana and Kevin? But he's
no
really,
way.
He's a really funny guy. So he was super like, he was down to clown. You know what I mean? Like he was very much with the jokes of
That's
it.
so crazy. Are you sure your answer's right? I think my answer's right.
100. Should we call Kevin?
No.
Tana ran into a guy at Equinox that she fucked once, and he told her, I didn't recognize you.
True.
I don't remember. Like, do you remember the guy?
I think I remember his look.
Devin, is this true?
Yeah.
And what else did I say?
I don't know if you were with McCullough per se, but it was just, yeah, like.
No, I wasn't with McCaw.
You didn't have a normal workout outfit on. I think you had sweats, so you were trying to ignore him. But he also, like, ended up messaging you. Or you messaged him and you were like, I saw you at the gym, and then he responded and said, I didn't recognize you.
Who the fuck is this? This is true. This is true, but I cannot remember who it was, and that says everything that you need to know about that time. Next.
I'll send you the clip.
Tana clogged the toilet on the tour bus.
Question mark is crazy. We know you did it.
You know what? In my love for you, I am down to succumb and like allow you to have this.
Don't make it like that, because it's like, no, don't be like, okay, if you need it to be true, because it's like, it is true.
I don't think
and
I
they're
did
gonna
it.
come for me online. They're gonna be like, Brock had.
No, but also perception is a real thing, because like I remember being so adamant about not flushing the toilet paper, but obviously you also walked into a clogged toilet and like you think
And
you heard
I
me.
saw you go in there, and I saw you go potty.
You saw me in the middle of the night.
I
when you
heard
go to bed much
because you
earlier
passed
than
by
me.
my
Oh,
little
so-
dinky little bunk.
So you heard me. You didn't see me. It
I
could have been
heard
anyone.
you. I heard you subway surf all the way down there, and then I heard you go in there. I heard you tinkle, and then I heard you not flush. Okay.
Tana and Avril Lavigne have slept with more than 2 of the same people. Why'd you have to go make things so complicated?
Who's 3?
I don't know who 3 is.
Well, this implies more than 2.
It was false for me, because I only got 2.
Oh, then it might be false. I'm like literally guessing in good faith that we don't know who the 3rd is, but there's a 3rd.
Yeah.
Which is diabolical.
I could see it being like Goody Grace or something.
Oh shit, it definitely could be. I was just talking the other day about how he broke up with me because of paparazzi photos I took with Harry Jowsey, and I remember being like, why are you breaking up with me? And then looking back at the photos, it's like, why is Harry carrying you, a taken woman, out of BOA while you're like half unconscious drunk? That's a reason to get broken up with. Mm-hmm. Anyways.
I think, is this not a Christian French song?
False. It's a Clinton Kane song about you.
No way. What song?
Make Me a Monster?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
No way. That's crazy.
That is so funny. I thought cyanide was a very Chris word.
I don't even
Like,
how do you say
that's where my head was at.
cyanide? How do you say that?
Cyanide. Used to the
crazy.
taste of your damn. That's a cutthroat lyric.
Well, it can't be worse than the song called "Go Fuck Yourself" that he wrote while we were still together.
That is so fair. You know what I want to do for YouTube and make $0 on, Brooke, is react to music. You should do it with me, like react to songs about us.
Oh my God, I have some. God, I wish it wasn't illegal to play it on the podcast because I have some real bangers.
I love illegal.
It is legal, I think.
What, to play
It's like, especially if it's not put out.
I don't know if it's illegal.
Like "Go Fuck Yourself" is a banger, but it's not. It never came out. True. I'm a scientist. I am amazing. I am gorgeous.
Yeah, I feel like the mushrooms make it not literally yesterday, but we're chemists over here. When was this? Do you know?
No, who just told me to do mushrooms yesterday? Oh, it says Brooke did mushrooms, antidepressants, Zofran, and drank alcohol all in one night. Yes, this is accurate because I was doing a little science experiment to see where I could get myself to the biggest a vibe. But I don't recommend that to my friends.
Mr. DC was 26 years old when Brooke first started hooking up with him.
False.
No
Right?
matter what,
He was older, I think.
who makes that song? Way too old to be acting like that. Acting like that. Youngblood. Next. I would love to. I would love to Hailey Bieber, Pete Davidson.
She and I were wearing matching outfits at our workout yesterday.
And that goes in on the list of things I fucking wish I never said. Get that blonde Vegas hooker a muzzle. I'm sorry, Haley. I'm sorry, Pete. I hope you both are living amazing lives. I don't know either of these people, and I just want to put that out there for a final time. There's an episode of Canceled titled The X Episode.
True.
Prob true?
I'm pretty sure it did pretty well too.
What is this episode?
One of the deleted episodes.
One of the deleted episodes. So Hunter was in it?
It's episode 2 or 3.
So Hunter was in it and we were just discussing our exes?
We definitely talked about Joe, I think. Which is so funny. Like, having to give him a seat at my engagement party is, like, hilarious.
That is so funny that he's coming.
I know.
There's an episode of Canceled titled I Almost Slept with Jeff Wittick. False.
Yay! We're so good.
There's definitely episodes where I almost slept with Jeff Wittick, but I don't think that was ever a title. And we never said I. That was the giveaway. It was always Tana or Brooke or we. An NBA, NHL, and MLB player have all slid into Brooke's DMs. I'm trying to remember if you were ever hockeying it down, if you were ever with the sticks and the ice. Because I believe in take me out to the ball game and ball is life.
I think false.
She was never much of a hockey girl anyway.
I wasn't.
Drake's security removed Tana from his section at a club one time.
I put probably.
I think it was Chris Brown.
Yeah, it's false.
Okay.
Oh, slay.
Oh, well then why am I just saying words? There used to be a headline on the old Canceled set that read, Tana Mongeau sleeps with 70% of Coachella lineup.
True, and I'll tell you how I know that it is because I wrote all of those headlines before I was ever supposed to be a co-host on the podcast. Tana asked me to write them. And
That
I
is
did.
so funny because I remember just being like, she's so funny, she'll kill it. And little did we know. A crush once told Tana to buy a ticket to his concert and then unfollowed her. This is beyond true. And it was Surf Mesa. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, say it. Oh, he was my neighbor.
Yeah.
He was I think I told a story about him as like being my hot neighbor.
Crush is also like too deep. You know what I mean? Like I just was like, let me see what I can do in the DMs right now. I want to go to this concert.
I forgot about him.
I want whatever. And he said, buy a fucking ticket, bitch.
That's actually so funny.
It's low key so funny. Like, because he was your neighbor. There's more lore.
He was my neighbor. I remember he used to think I was two different people. Like he would say hi to me if I looked good, and he wouldn't talk to me if I didn't. So it's like, damn,
so funny.
I swear.
And there's something with Diablo there. I don't know. Amari and Tana threw a Canada and New Orleans themed birthday party for their respective boyfriends once. The boyfriends went on to cheat that night. True, but it was Canada and Texas.
Oh.
But true. You're allowed to say true for that.
I went to that.
They did. Oh my God. And that was like the first time we ever invited Lila to something without her like just showing up. Like her, because like all of the other times she'd shown up outside the hookah bar or like something like that. And like this was the first time where we were like, Lila Gibney's funny. She should come to this. Little did we know how much that would change the trajectory of our lives. Tana once said, "You're going to do this to me, a girl." It was a woman. Brad Sousa's catching so many strays and I'm trying to stop. I've been talking about him a lot recently and like he's a dad and people turn over a new leaf and I really genuinely actually do just hope he's happy and being the best father and learned from everything. And I think that getting thrown into my world in LA and whatever like that probably was very jarring and hard for him. Not so hard that he had to cheat and do the things he did, but we were young and dumb and I was just as dumb, so... Brooke once sent a text to the wrong man saying, thinking of you. I think this one is true and false.
I think it's false.
It was Tana.
But I the reason why I say false and true is because Brooke has probably done something so similar to this.
Can I tell you what it is? One time I texted a guy that I used to talk to and said, like, hey, like I was just randomly thinking about you. I hope you're doing well. Okay. Come to find out, that day, his nudes had been leaked. So he thought that I texted him because his nudes got leaked. Like I was like embarrassing him. But like I had no idea that his nudes got leaked. I just like happened to be thinking about him. And I was like, oh my God, he probably felt so embarrassed and thought that I like saw his nudes online, which I wish, but.
Fuck, I wish that there are certain people that have sworn, like we have sworn under oath that we cannot talk about and like not air out what that truth is. And it sucks because he's one that I wish so badly.
But he's another one that like didn't deserve the smoke. Like what a little angel. And I shouldn't say another one because that's not what I meant.
No, he's one that did not deserve the smoke.
He didn't. He was
but he did flake on you. I don't know. Mine was that I sent a photo of a Subway footlong to someone that I thought was a tripod, and I sent it to the wrong person. And
I love that.
It just is what it is. All right, our next game.
I'm so excited.
We made this game a long time ago for the canceled podcast, Canceled Jeopardy, and we never ended up playing it. And we thought we would just fuck around and try to play it today to see if it unlocks any missing lore.
Aaron, you look truly gorgeous.
Yeah, he looks really good. That was funny too, just like the time where like people found out what Aaron looked like, and then he started getting like all the girls sliding in his DMs and stuff. Even like when, well, for even just coming up with the name Amish Aaron across the podcast is so funny. And when he was Elvis, like when you were Moses, I was Trisha, Amari was Barbie, and Aaron was Elvis. Like we have so many funny memories with our Amish Aaron, and we love you.
Oh my God.
And Aaron and I used to get so blacked out. Like we'd shoot Canceled and you'd leave, and then me and Aaron would just stay up facing wine talking for hours. Like I have so many fond memories. What did you say?
I remember that.
Yes, we had an era of that, and it was honestly wholesome.
This has been like 2.5 years of my life, so it's like really fucking wild to kind of think about. Because like I came out to LA and immediately got into this, so it's like.
And to move to LA and the first thing you work on, you want to be a podcast producer, and it Canceled falls into your lap. Like what a whirlwind. You know what I mean? Like think about how many other just wholesome normal podcasts he could have produced.
Yeah, he could have been on Girls Gone Bible.
Yeah, like holy oh my God, I forgot about that. When fucking Severin left me for the Bible Girls, and I was sick. Very funny.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
You remember how Jeopardy plays?
Like
We say like, who wore that for 300, right?
I'm gonna go who wore that for 500.
Well,
do they get
shit.
harder as they go down?
Yeah,
Duh.
supposed to.
Okay.
Haha.
Ha, so real. Who wore this? Cardi B? It also could be like Kylie Jenner with like a really dark spray tan.
Nicki Minaj. Liza Koshy.
Liza Koshy. That's so like I would never expect Liza Koshy to be in like a pot stirring like, and she looks amazing. That's iconic. I would have
I'm
never
obsessed.
gotten that. Okay, Brookie, you pick.
Friends Instagram captions for 500. God Bada Gandhi, or whoever is watching over me, you're doing such a good job. Keep up the hard work.
Can I do that?
You can't. It's mine.
Okay. You know who wrote that.
Is it Amari?
No. I'm going to say Lila Gibney wrote that. Who is Lila? Oh, who is Lila Gibney?
Boo.
Because like God, Buddha, Gandhi, or whoever is watching me, you're doing so like you can tell by the cadence and like the capitalization and like that's so Giver.
What the hell?
And also, what a caption for your grid.
She's so funny. She came over the
I
other day.
I would love to see the photo attached to that too, because you know it's just her in an IMG and 2B set. Like so.
And there has to be something offensive in there, like Buddha and Gandhi.
Or whatever. I like Friends Instagram captions. I'm going to go Friends Instagram captions for 400. I've been to Cabo 11 times in 3 months. Someone get me banned. God, I think I know who said that too. Just based on who would actually be in Cabo 11 times for 3 months.
That was my guess.
Should we do it together? Should we?
Well, no, because you have to get your stupid fucking points.
Your idea. Should we? Turn on 3. Who is Ari Aguirre? Yes. I like us just like doing it together. I think it's
Okay, good, because I was going to lose. Let's do fill in the blank for 500.
Amari Stewart once said, I love my hot blank men. I don't want to fill in this blank. Like, I think I know what he said, but I don't like that he said it. And God, if I'm wrong, it's even worse.
Me too.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Oh. Oh.
Thank God I was right, because if I just wrote that and he didn't say that, I would have had to.
Well, I put straight.
No, it was 100. That was my second guess. It was white or straight. I mean, he's allowed to his preferences, and I'm just happy that I didn't write that out the nowhere, as Ari used to say.
Well, now I'm mad that I keep putting 500 and then you get the points.
I'm going to pick set on canceled for 100, please. His mom owned Birkenstocks. Who is Brooke Schofield?
That's right.
Who'd you guess?
But like, obviously, like that, he's the one who said his mom owns Birkenstocks.
And he did say that his mom owns Birkenstocks, which that also goes down in history as one of the funniest moments on the Canceled podcast for me, because Clinton Kane really said that his mom owned Birkenstocks.
Genuinely. Let's go. Set on canceled 300.
That was really my plan A. Plan B was paying.
Who is Tana?
What was this in relation to? Do we know?
I don't remember.
Plan B was paying.
I unfortunately.
Oh, her tattoo.
Oh.
She was wanting to fuck for her tattoo, and that's why we love our girl. Fill in the blank for 300. Jeff Wittick once said, well, nothing is ever going to feel as good as...
I might be going for the wrong middle-aged guy. Oh.
You were right.
Okay. Heroin. But I was thinking it might be Mike Malak. No offense, Mike.
Oh, my God. Also, just both of you guys adding the E to heroin.
Oh,
When
I'm
there's
sorry.
an E, it's a female. She's slaying like a heroine.
Oops.
Which was Brooke in Washington, D.C. You were a heroine. Friends' Instagram captions for 300. Are we there yet? I'm almost out of wine. What'd you say?
Is she right?
What'd you write?
What'd you write?
I started with Tana and then I switched to Isabella.
Ty Collins.
That is so Ty Collins. Because I felt like I would have said dizzy. Like it would have been in my, like, are we there yet? I'm almost out of me dizzy.
I just I love when you do some like millennial stuff and you do something.
Friends' Instagram captions for 200. I'm having so much fun with that one. Not checking my Uber rating anymore. I'm choosing peace.
I mean, I would have to guess it's you, but
Who's that funny? Like, that's funny.
Paige, is that funny? I put Bella again. I don't know what I. Yeah. Fuck, you're good at this game. You're good at all the games. It must be sobriety.
I don't know. That's just so Paige to say. Fill in the blank for 400. Trisha Paytas once said, I blank everything. I felt so relevant when you guys were on tour. Ready? Or I think it's literally the word C.
I put get tagged in.
Repost. That was my first thought too. And then I was like, no. Yeah, why would she be living vicariously through our fucking tour while she's doing Broadway and SNL? Let me just kill myself. What's next?
Let's try 2000s pop culture duos for 300.
He was 36. She was 20. One performance would change both of their lives forever in 2013. Janet Jackson wasn't 20 in 2013, right?
You're joking?
At all. My bad.
2013 was 12 years ago. Janet Jackson is like in her 60s.
Yeah, you know, I should kill myself. He was 36. She was 20.
But I truly don't know the answer to this.
I'm gonna guess.
I've got nothing.
I wrote Miley with a question mark. Wait,
So did I.
Robin Thicke and Miley Cyrus. I forgot about Robin
My
Thicke.
friend is literally married to Robin Thicke.
I don't even like think of Robin Thicke when I think of that. I only think of Miley and her, you know, because that's the one where she's wearing like the thing with the foam
Yeah,
finger,
but
right?
2013, it feels like it was more recently than that.
Okay, set on canceled for 200. No, that's fill in the blank, but that's fine. Brooke Schofield once said, you're going to find love and it's going to be good.
I have an answer, but if my answer was correct, it would say Anne, so it can't be right.
That's so funny because I just have the same exact thought process as you.
Because I was going to say influencer.
Oh,
What were you going to say?
I'll wait for you to fill in yours because now I think I'm wrong.
Go. I just said TikTokers.
You have such beautiful handwriting.
Neither of us get a point.
Blur my board because I directly attacked someone that did not deserve it, and it wasn't going to be a musician. You ate with that. She is a modern day Socrates.
I feel traumatized from who wore that.
Can we get 2000s pop culture duos for 500?
Okay, shoot for the moon, sister.
A romantic film starring Amanda Seyfried and Channing Tatum may have no correlation to these two musicians hooking up, but thank God we got the song title. Mm-hmm. We both got that, huh? Your handwriting is mogging mine. Best song ever. Okay, next.
2000s pop culture duos for 400.
This famous friendship once wrote an iconic letter to their friend. If only it had stayed in the drafts.
What is Snooki and JWoww?
Oh, what?
Who wrote the letter?
Oh, the drafts like threw me off. Like I was thinking about actual like Twitter beef, and then I was thinking like Taylor Swift and Kim Kardashian. I'm gonna go set on canceled for 500. You guys ever post so much you look back at your feed and just be like, man, I need to stop yapping.
Damn.
He ate with that. He was ahead of his time with that. Trevor Wallace said that.
I'm going to go with set on canceled for 400.
We still own all our masters.
I don't know why I keep choosing things I don't know the fucking answer to. Okay, whatever. What the hell?
The only reason why is because I felt like Megan and Chris would not say our, but I felt like Bunny and Jelly would like Jelly Roll's so our coded.
Whatever.
Can I say one thing about Jelly Roll really quick? Like the nicest thing ever.
What?
He's like the one guest that went out of his way. Like everyone left and he came back upstairs, back at the old place, just to say goodbye to me. Like no one else has ever done. It was just a very sweet and like
That's actually such a sweet anecdote to like put on this podcast. Like that is like, because I can't imagine being the producer. Like you probably have so much lore of people who like didn't even fucking acknowledge you.
I even feel that way, especially from the beginning of Canceled.
Yeah, like people who would sit down and, oh my God, that used to be my biggest fucking pet peeve because I never knew how to like fix it. You know what I mean? Like I didn't.
Well, I'm cognizant of it whenever I go on another podcast. I'm so careful to never make anyone like feel like that, you know?
Oh my God, I hated those moments where I'd be sitting there and I'd be like, this person is not asking Brooke questions. And it's like, I can't tell someone.
I so get it though, because like sometimes if a podcast, especially like at the time it was canceled with Tana Mongeau, like if you think you're going on Tana Mongeau's podcast and then there's somebody else just there, you don't expect... You don't like, you know, I get
but to an extent, I guess, but also like whenever I'm in a room talking to anyone, like I hate when people do that in real life. Like just, you know what I mean? Like even if I ran up to Adam Sandler right now and he was with someone else, I would still introduce myself and talk to them too, because
it happened. Like I noticed it more like a little further down the line with people where it was like, it really was like very obviously like our podcast where I was like, okay.
Oh my God, no, that shit would like make me clench.
I would just go silent and like, whatever. Okay. But I still get paid for this episode. Fuck you.
It's real as fuck. Set on canceled for 200.
Just show me. Yay!
That was the best day ever when
Tana
Makoa
Mongeau
teabagged me, and he'll never do it again. He thinks it's so demeaning, and that was a one-time thing. So I look back on it fondly, and I'm happy that I could share that memory on this podcast.
Really? I like to curl up under there at night.
Yeah, I love. He's gotten like, if anything,
Miles,
I
of
think
course.
he used to let me like hold his balls more. Whatever.
Who wore that for 400?
Imagine I wrote like Kesha, like I don't even remember my life that much. Yeah, this keeps me up in my sleep paralysis.
For me, it's just like, why are you doing a full split under there?
And can I tell you that my biggest problem is really how my armpit looks in that photo, which has nothing to do with the dress and that. Like,
no, the dollar bill ate. I think it's funny. I wish you were like a $5 bill or something at the very least.
Yeah,
Jeez.
but I was a $1 bill at the time. I was the human embodiment of a $1 bill that's been stepped on in New York City for like, yeah. Fill in the blank for 100, please.
I feel like this is like an ad read.
This is an Adam and Eve ad read, and I honestly miss them. They have the best, easiest, most fun ad reads of all time.
How come they don't sponsor us anymore? Do we do something? Was it me? You could tell me.
I have no idea.
Because it was me for a lot of them, I'll tell you that much.
I think Brooke and I both got that. Friends Instagram captions for 100. This could be, what if I want to ride a horse and a cowboy?
Now I have to assume there's a horse in the photo, and now I don't know if I'm right.
Oh, I want to change it, but I wonder.
Who'd you put?
I'm going to put my second guess underneath it. And then if I'm wrong, I put you originally. Then I changed it to Ari. And now I have my final answer.
Is it Amari?
Yes.
I guess, like, I don't know why I just had to throw Bella in every single time.
That's so, like, what if I wanna is so Amari.
But then I couldn't picture Amari with a horse. That's why I second guessed myself.
I know. And then I remembered when, oh God, there's so many of Amari's exes that I might have to pay Amari off because I have like 2 tangents that I want to go on so bad and he will not fucking let me.
Everything has a price, although canceled is over, so I guess like
no, I'm TikTok 20-part series about one of them. Like, it's a story that if I don't get to tell it by the time I die, I'm like genuinely heartbroken because it was out of a movie. Like, I just, oh my God, I would do anything. Amari begging. Are we done? Or do we finish it out?
Just finish.
Okay.
Who wore that for 300? Paris. Oh wait.
Yeah, Paris.
Although why does it say desperate? Oh, that's probably the actual.
That's the actual shirt. People edited it to poor, and she has a major discrepancy with that. Points for both of us. We keep going.
I saw Paris yesterday.
Where?
At the Glen Deli. I did.
I just love that you see people at the most like.
Well, because the Glen Deli, or the Glen Center, that's just, I mean, it's smack dab in the middle of Beverly Hills. So it's fair. Like everybody's always there. I also I say everyone.
Who else have you seen there? I want to know.
Yesterday we saw the guy with the hook for a hand.
In SpongeBob in the intro?
No, he's like a famous musician, maybe a rapper. I don't know. He has a hook for a hand.
Who did I just see yesterday? Who's Teen Wolf? I saw Dylan O'Brien yesterday.
I love Dylan O'Brien.
He was at trivia night.
We also saw Dylan's talking to this guy, chopping it up. He's like, yeah, my mom says hi, blah, blah, talking to him. We sit down. I go, who was that? He goes, the lead singer of Kiss. I go, Dylan.
Gene Simmons.
Yeah.
I had so much to say there, but I'll leave my Simmons lore for another day.
Who wore that for 200? Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, I think it's James Charles.
It's definitely James Charles.
Wait, it's actually kind of a slay outfit. I don't know what I'm saying. Actually, he always kind of slays Coachella.
2000s pop culture duos for 200. These 2 singers played in the Super Bowl in 2004. Little did they know at the time they would cause an erotic worldwide scandal.
She was 6.
This was Janet Jackson, right? Yes, that's why I was asking.
I thought you meant Justin Bieber. I'm like, what the hell?
No, Timberlake. No, but I'm saying that's why I was asking how old Janet Jackson was, because I was like, I could only think of that moment. You don't know about this?
No.
She's performing at the Super Bowl with Justin Timberlake. They were supposed to have a scene. It's actually fucked up. They were supposed to have a scene in their performance where he rips off her t-shirt and exposes her bra, but they didn't rehearse it, and they were supposed to rehearse it. And then he rips her titty out on live television on the Super Bowl.
Not funny.
It was so insane. Like, and you know how like headlines were then in pop culture and whatever. And then I think that like the media, they wanted people to go on and apologize. And Justin Timberlake did. Janet did not go on and apologize at an award show. And because she didn't apologize, it actually fucked up her career.
Why would she apologize for her own tit coming out?
Exactly. But so 2004, and then it ended up actually fucking up her music, getting radio plays and like whatever, and just adds to Justin Timberlake's scumbag lore.
Ugh. Mm-hmm. Gross.
And she was robbed. That wasn't her fault.
Pop culture duos for 100.
This couple dated before the man in the relationship cheated with his fellow co-star.
I put Brangelina. Oh.
But that like counts still. That definitely counts. The biggest highway robbery of a woman of all time. I cannot believe that was done to her. Holy fucking shit.
All for him and Angelina to just separate anyway, and now his kids hate him. Anyway.
Yeah. Diabolical. Who wore that for 100? The final one.
See, this is a 500 to me.
The fuck is her name?
Haley Bo Bailey?
It is her name, and you get that point because I wouldn't have been able to get
Bailey.
there. Oh my God. And then she was like staying in that apartment that she rented, whatever.
No, it's not. have been watching videos about her lately. She's been coming up on my thing. Actually, Haley Bo Bailey is not to be confused with Haley Bailey. Those are two different people.
They are two different people.
Which I just found out yesterday. But she pretended that someone else bought her that apartment, but she was paying for it.
Oh.
But she like made up this whole thing because she was like not getting views, so she made up this like imaginary sugar daddy, and then it ended up paying for her apartment for a year.
That's actually iconic.
All right, we have one more game, or it's up to you guys.
I want another game.
Okay. I decided for the final game to throw in, and I think we should be as competitive as possible about this.
Well, great.
Because here's why. You and I have received so many allegations of not knowing each other, not being friends, etc. And obviously we have debunked some of that across this podcast. We had some pain points, but I do venture to say that we are friends and we do know each other very fucking well. And we are going to play the newlywed game to see who
But
knows
I hate this because I'm not good at games.
who knows the other better. No,
I just
think
go blank.
You might surprise.
Okay.
And it's honestly also just all in good fun. I think poking fun at the allegations. Here is the newlywed game. The fuck is my favorite? We can't even get this right.
See, I don't want to go.
We are never beating the allegations.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, how is this stumping me?
So then what happens? Like, let's draw a line in the middle of the board, and then like you like this. You write your favorite color. Like we write our favorite colors here, and then our guesses for the other here, right?
Sure.
What the fuck is your favorite color?
You'll like guess this if you really think about like me. Or like, I don't want to give you any hints.
Is denim a color?
No.
Okay.
You know this.
I'm struggling between blush pink, oatmeal beige, or burgundy. And I'm wondering if any of those are true or if it's olive green on the off chance. Or is it a burnt orange? You love burnt orange things.
What if I tell you one of those things is right?
Okay, ready? Pink. My favorite color? Wait, your favorite color is orange.
My favorite color is orange.
Oh, okay. So we both tanked.
Yeah, we did.
Tanked down.
I thought yours was pink because I'm thinking Peppa Pig.
No, light blue or blue is my favorite color.
Well, I thought that's your favorite color to wear is like cobalt blue, royal blue.
I do love to wear a cobalt blue, but I love blue. That is my damn. I knew that you love a burnt orange, but I fucked that up.
You have like a favorite movie that you always tell me is your favorite movie, and I can never remember the name of it because I've never seen it.
It's really fucked up. I'm about to eat.
I saw what she wrote. Like, I can tell what you wrote. So I guess I'll put that. But it's not my favorite movie.
Write what your heart desires.
Well, I know what you put, and I'm not putting that. So.
Okay. Ready?
Your favorite movie.
We're never beating these allegations. It's low-key just way funnier if we get them all fucking wrong.
What would you put? Okay, I put Interstellar. For you, I put Happy Gilmore because I just couldn't think of any other Adam Sandler movies. But
I would give you like a half point.
You can't take it. Just whatever. She got
Gone Girl is my favorite movie. You also wrote Interstellar out of spite because Interstellar is your second favorite movie and The Greatest Showman is your first favorite movie of all time. You just wanted me to get it wrong. I know it's your favorite movie of all time and I haven't seen it and still was able to remember it. I will take my point. Thank you.
Okay. You're never going to guess my favorite city, but I will guess yours.
Cleveland, Ohio is your favorite city in the world? Have you been to the world?
But I'm going to give you Dublin because good point. I put Paris, New York, Vegas. So I got yours.
You actually got two of mine and I almost wrote New York. So that's actually really sweet. Paris, New York City, and Vegas.
Because you always say, that's my favorite city in the world. And you'll say like 20 of them.
I know. Like Maui was a close second. So was Malibu.
I think we should both get that one because Dublin definitely counted. But I always do say Cleveland is my favorite city. And I don't know why, but I just do.
You wouldn't put anywhere in Arizona even on there?
No.
Oh my God, no way.
Sedona,
Cleveland.
I've only been to Sedona once.
Can I just like interview you for a second? Why is and not that there's anything wrong with Cleveland, Ohio, but I
recall us being in a Sprinter van when we were with like all your friends, and I looked out the window and it literally looked like a Windows like screensaver. It was like all rolling green hills or whatever, and that was when we were in like Cincinnati to Cleveland and whatever in Ohio. Ohio's a very beautiful state, but then I went back to go do Brie and Grace's live show.
Oh, and that was when they left you high and dry.
Well, I didn't see them the whole time that I was there, which is totally fine because they were hard at work. But I had to walk around the city all by myself for like 3 days.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I was just like so happy and content.
Okay, if we're gonna add like a niche random, I'm also gonna go. I love Charlotte, North Carolina.
I love Charlotte too.
So we should just go there for the fuck of it soon. I love it there.
We should.
Death row meal.
Okay. Me? I don't even know. What do I like to eat? If I put my real one, like you would never guess it, and I don't want to play like that.
We're such like fatties. Like I just roll like 9 things for you.
I spelled my own favorite word wrong.
Okay, ready?
Okay.
So for you.
Oh my god, wait. Sorry. I've been spending too much time with Miles. Okay, I'm gonna add.
What the fuck are you adding? Flip it, bitch.
No, I need to add because you're right. You're right.
I said, wait, was I right about your death row and you weren't?
You were right.
Oh my god.
And you were right.
Bulgogi, Indian, and cream corn, I would say, is Brooke's death row meal.
Okay, well, I started with hot Cheetos, just like you did. But then I said Crunchwrap, and I said sweet green hot honey chicken salad.
Why did you say that?
You like it.
I like it, sure. It's a good salad. What the fuck? I added Nobu Wagyu mini tacos and
you
split
do love
pea soup.
split. You love split pea soup.
But my real death row meal is just hot Cheetos till I'm full. Wow, I should get an extra point for adding cream corn because even I knew that was, and you didn't.
Okay.
Least favorite guest.
Fuck. Mine's a little funky, but it's true.
So you wrote yours and mine?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know mine.
Yeah, you do.
Because I think mine is Matt Rife.
That's right.
Okay. I thought you had some niche shit. My least favorite guest for sure, Matt.
Well, I have some niche shit. I need to think about what I would say.
I know what you'd say, but I just don't know if you're going to say it.
I said it. Good job.
We got both of those right.
It was just a joke, but
No, and you guys have I Am Switzerland. Favorite LA restaurant. Ooh. Brooke Schofield's favorite LA restaurant.
mine's basic. Fuck.
No, but you're so I will accept that. I will 1000% accept that. Crown of India, I got Brooks, and I will 1000.
The fact that you knew exactly what Indian restaurant it was is really.
I do.
Know me.
She
WeHo
loves
Bistro. I almost put Yesabel for myself.
Yesabel is so no, but WeHo Bistro is like my favorite LA. Worst place you've had sex.
I know mine, but you don't know mine.
Are you sure I don't know yours?
I'm 99% certain. And I think it's because I didn't tell anyone because I can't tell you why. But I'll tell you where now.
I have no idea why I did this.
Okay, go.
I thought that yours could potentially be when you were in a dorm and then or like a fraternity house. Forgive me, I don't know these things. And like you had slept with 3 people in the same house.
That was just a bad day. And it wasn't, I didn't sleep with 3 people in one house. So let me just explain that for the people really quickly. If you're my fiance, keep scrolling. I had hooked up with, or like just made out with a guy. Okay, at a party. Hours later at the party, I hooked up with someone who I'd already hooked up with before, like my ex. The next morning,
This is so funny.
I was still at that house and I hooked up with someone who, and yeah, it doesn't sound any better now that I've said it aloud.
Well, I said Barney's, but I know that you only performed
Barney's?
fellatio.
What the hell? Okay, keep going.
And then for me, I said on a parked motorcycle because why was I having sex on a parked motorcycle? But I don't know if you know that. I've
Okay,
never told
well,
that.
for you, I put rave because I was just like, I know you had that little plur era with your little tiny shorts.
I definitely had sex in a rave.
With your little tiny shorts, and mine is awful. Okay. I'm gonna tell you where, but then you have to guess what. Okay. Bathroom at a concert.
Okay.
This was less than a year ago. Whose concert? This is expert level, by the way. You will never guess. You just won't. But it's so funny if you know who it is because it's like, what business do you have?
Was it at Steven Tyler's concert?
No.
Was it at?
You're never gonna guess. Ray. Like a little context to begin.
With who?
bleep that, but
That is so funny. Oh, in a porta potty.
no,
That was a different
Full-blown
time that you had
bathroom.
sex in a porta potty.
I went just me, and we left in her seat to go have sex in the bathroom and then came out. And I punched a man in the face that night. Yes. It was like, you know those movies like The Sleepover or something where like so much happens in one singular night? This was that night. Like I went to, I did a whole festival and then left and went to a Ray concert, went to dinner, we went so many places that night and like did so many things that it's like, how was that all possible?
Yeah.
Missed my flight the next day, left BB in Chicago so that I could fly to Canada.
You need to, and there's way more to this. That was a story that you were telling on stage for a second, and it was good. This tea.
Oh my God.
Good as shit.
I want to tell that story so bad one day. One day on Canceled, I'll tell that story.
We got to come back for it.
Worst habit.
Is this our own?
Yeah. Mine's obvious.
I just kept it so broad. She's sitting here for an hour and a half.
Okay.
Well, let me add something because I think I know what actually irks you the most. Okay, you ready?
Yeah. Fuck you. But I would never say that because I'm super nice.
She is so nice. No, it's like a habit. That's the perfect. You're not a mean person. If your bad habit is
No,
like
my
saying
habit
mean
is not
comment.
being mean. I'm mean when I'm standing up for myself.
I wrote disgusting as mine. Just an
I
overall.
put loud, messy, chewing, vaping.
See, and that could be categorized as.
But
being
reading
mean.
comments is my bad habit. Thank you very much.
That you're right. I could have put that.
And I said mine was obvious, and you still put being mean.
But I can't stress.
Okay,
it enough.
fine.
What's next?
I love this game.
Celebrity crush.
You want me to spare him?
Fucking, that's so funny. I have a new one.
I have to spare him for the sake of my own personal life.
I have a new one that has replaced him. Like if I were still single and insane and podcasting the same way that I was across my era of my Pete Davidson being my celebrity crush, this would be like my new one where I would.
Well,
be
you're
like,
gonna have to give me a hint.
I've said it. It's like very like and it's almost like here's your hint like that like it is the direct next like if that was my previous celebrity crush, who would like the next one be? You know what I mean?
Fuck, like didn't we just talk about this on like the last episode or something?
Maybe. Who is yours? You have so many. Do you want me to give you two options?
Yeah. Wait, I'm gonna give you two options too, because my first one you're not gonna guess. But I will say I just mentioned them.
Them? Oh, like it's not like the chain smokers. It's not like a duo, right? Like
No.
okay. Ready?
Oh.
Domingo is so real though. No, because you're so real.
I put
Renee
Domingo
Rapp.
because you said new Pete Davidson, and I'm like SNL, sexy Domingo.
No, you're so real. I meant like dying. I was thinking more like skinny and like dying.
Oh.
Adam, who? Sandler.
Sandler.
Renee Rapp / Love Island Charlie. It's even funnier that for you I wrote old people and then I wrote Owen Wilson or Matthew McConaughey
That's really accurate.
and then Pedro Pascal.
Owen Wilson is absolutely not though. You know he's a bad father.
Yes, I do know that, but I thought that you still liked him and his nose anyways.
I love a nose. I don't love Owen Wilson.
Most iconic canceled podcast moment. This is kind of hard.
Well, this I mean, for me. Oh.
What's dead? Like Osama / dead.
Double-ended dildo.
I felt like you loved the moment when Trisha thought there was a mouse in
Not
the room.
both of us writing just Osama. Like we're on on first name basis with Osama himself.
If you weren't an influencer, what would you be doing for work?
Well, first of all, girl, you got to get that checked.
Okay, I'm ready.
What'd you put? Kill yourself. Don't kill yourself, diva. I put nurse or wife. Because
Nurse is really real, but just like I have this fantasy of imagining Brooke Karening out managing her apartment building that like I can't let die. And then I think I'd be a stripper or not a drug dealer,
I was nice. I said bottle waitress.
Yes.
Or scam artist.
By dealer, I don't mean drugs. I mean like poker.
Wait. Did you see what we got tagged in about Jazzy's ex?
Yes. That was
crazy.
Dream podcast guest who is alive. Ready? Oh.
Guy from Boat Show is so funny. It's Fraser.
From Below Deck.
Fraser from Below Deck. That's what I was just thinking of when you showed me the hot guy.
The hot is so funny. Always Miley.
Because Fraser is like I'm very attracted to Fraser, and he's just I'm not his type, I should say.
Okay, we skipped biggest dick in the industry and most famous fuck.
Because we're engaged.
Yeah, and we just felt like that wasn't appropriate for many reasons. But other than that, I have no idea who won, but I think that that was fun.
I think we did well. I think we could have done better, but some of it's like, why would I know your favorite color?
Yeah. Although.
You didn't know my favorite color.
I had 4 guesses and I'm sitting here like I knew it. It's like you guessed 4 different colors. Crown of India was my favorite that I got.
That was good.
Like that was really good. And I know your favorite movie is The Greatest Showman, and you writing Interstellar just isn't true to who you are. I feel like we are segmented out. It is 10:13 p.m.
Yeah, we arrived here at 4:30.
Yeah, we have been here for...
Okay, fine. We got here at 5:30.
Yeah. And it's funny because there is this like weird part of me right now. Like I'm tired and I want to go to bed and whatever. But it's like sad. It's like I want to podcast until 4 a.m. because like we won't ever do this again. And that's like...
No,
really...
that's not true.
I know. We will do it in different capacities. And I think that we have shed so many tears. Like even just the last show, we like walked off stage and we were truly...
I hope you don't mind.
Yeah. You need that. Even the last show, we walked off stage and we were truly fucking sobbing. And it's been an emotional roller coaster. And I can't believe this is actually the moment where things finally come to an end.
It's really sad. I guess I wasn't even thinking about it until you just said it. Well, yeah, I was. But
no, but I get what you're saying. Like, it's like we were playing these games. I got up to go to the bathroom and I was like, oh my God, like it hit me again. And I think it is going to be one of those things that continues to be a wave of different emotions. But how beautiful is that something truly has made us feel every emotion you can name. Like I can't, and I just like, I guess what I want to say, and I'm sure that you share this sentiment with me, but the biggest thank you in the world is to the Canceled podcast audience. Like you guys single-handedly changed our lives. And not only that, but as much as you say that we did so much for you, I hope you guys know that you did so much for us. Like there wasn't a meet and greet that went by where we didn't sob. And there wasn't a show that we did where we didn't. I mean, that was one thing that was so consistent. Like we would walk out every night and see those crowds and look at each other like, holy fucking shit. I can't believe this is our lives. And just all of the crazy things, the amount of like mini little dreams that we had, like that Canceled would like make come true. And like, I don't know, just all of the fun that we like got to have, as corny as it like sounds. It's like the only reason this podcast ever worked is because there were thousands and thousands of broken girls and gays and theys out there who like saw themselves in us. And it was at a time where like, I don't know, at least I can say like I felt like nobody could relate to me. You know what I mean? Like I felt like I was too fucked up, or like I had so many issues, or I was never going to find love, or I was never going to get sober, or all these fucking things, you know? And that's been the constant, is that you guys have made us feel so seen. Like just so truly seen for who we are across this. And I can't, words will never begin to describe the way that I thank all of you.
We love you.
And I mean it when I say that the Canceled podcast audience has been the best fucking audience in the entire world. And to anyone who has silently listened to these episodes or just left a nice, sweet comment here and there. I hope you know that across us talking about things that we maybe had disdain for, like it was never you. And it makes me sad to know that there are moments that hate like drowned out love.
I know. I really I hope that is the takeaway, because it makes me sad to speak about it that way, because I talk about canceled like it's been this like overarching like very negative thing, and that is so absolutely not the case. I've loved it. It's been like genuinely like the most, like the biggest privilege of my entire It
has been the biggest privilege. I liked Jeopardy.
Me too. My favorite color is orange. No, it's been the biggest privilege, but it's just time.
And how, we already said it, but like how genuinely fucking cool to have this like fucked up scrapbook of how much the both of us have grown, and like how cool that we finally get to like ride off into the sunset together. And like, I just, if you're in your early 20s and you're where we were at when we started this, like I would do anything to go tell those girls in that studio, like you will find your happy ending and like new crazy beginnings that you can never even dream of. You will make it through the mess that is your early 20s that you're also sharing with the entire world. And like, it is time, you know, and the canceled era will just, it'll be forever, and it'll be forever. There's a ghost, and you can't fucking convince me otherwise. How weird was that?
Oh, wait, that was really cool.
Because like the balloons went off.
Well, yeah.
And like away. Damn
and
it.
There's me just stuck in
No.
stuck right where we left it.
No. And you know what I will say too is, and I think it's beautiful. I'm just moving on. I'm starting to think the ghost is like on our side. You know, like
Well,
they're
of
just.
course, but that was really crazy. That felt like, I don't know. I can't believe you're not like thinking that was a bigger deal than it was.
I'm like so used to it at this point. That was like the third time that
We've
fucked with
been
that.
filming for almost 5 hours, and they just now, we said, and you know, we're riding off into the sunset, and they just went.
That is actually so weird. I got chills. I don't know how I feel about it. It's wild. I will say also, I think it's very cool that both you and I are in this place where when it comes to the future of all of the things that we do, it is very never say never. Like never say never. We don't have some crazy reunion or find some capacity that we are both satisfied with. And like, I hope you guys know that we're so excited to put this to bed so that new things can come. And we will still be doing stuff together. No one's dying, and we love you, and we will still make things for all of you. And just thank you. Like the fact that there are people that just care and will like continue to care is so crazy to me. And you guys have no idea how much you have saved our fucking lives. Like truly, I would be dead if it wasn't for all of you. And I know that, you know, so I just sucks. I don't want to end it. Like I really like it's actually like I'm having like I can't, because I know that the second that we shut off this cameras, we're never doing it again. And
No, that's not.
maybe, you know, I mean, you know what I mean? Just, it's
I know, it's really sad, but
it's also 10:20 p.m. and we made this fucking decision. No, but this is the end of the canceled podcast as we know it. And Brooke, Amber, I cannot thank you enough. This would have never, ever, 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 ever been what it was without you. And we truly did carry each other on our back, and we fought against all odds. And like, I'm just so proud of each and everyone in this room. But like,
I know. Ugh, I know. I'm actually.
and thank you for like sticking by my side and doing this shit with me through thick and thin. Like,
I'm like, hello, thank you for bringing me in. You changed my whole life.
but you deserved it because you're the funniest, most talented girl in the world, and you're gonna fucking kill it. And I just like, there's so many moments where you could have easily given up on me, and just so many things, you know, that both of us, like, you know, it would have been easier to do so many things, and we fought for each other, and we fought for this, and we fought to sit here right fucking now and do this, and that's so sick. And thank you guys so much. And to the Redditors, I hope you find something else to write about, you sick motherfuckers.
I'm like, yeah, what's gonna happen to poor canceled pod?
Hopefully,
Tana Mongeau podcast.
hopefully 70% of those people go touch grass, and now I can say it.
Oh my
To the
God.
30 that were kind.
Genuinely,
Thank
are
you.
they okay? I know, and you were saying like to the listeners, I wanted to be like, minus you guys.
Yeah, no, and that's,
I'm totally kidding.
but I am so fucking excited for the future. I have a gift for you.
no.
Before we go.
Well, what the hell? Why wouldn't you tell me?
Wait, no, it's.
I
I
probably-
make one for me too. I can't buy anyone a
Oh,
gift
okay,
without
okay.
buying myself one. Where is it?
I think it's under Brooks.
Under my chair?
Oh, it's under your chair.
I've been here all this time and I didn't even check under my chair. Oh, is it a pizza?
It's really cute. And that wasn't supposed to be the cover at all in Shutterfly, and I have serious beef, but it kind of is sweeter than it is the cover.
I didn't even realize it was a book. I was crying because it was just the picture. I literally didn't even realize it was a book. I was actually gonna just be hysterical that you printed out this picture.
That was our first ever show in Arizona. To 700 people, I've misquoted it so much. I said it was 30 people once.
It was a huge show.
It's all of the photos that we took on the stage at the end.
There's
the
just
show.
too many images of me looking exactly like this.
Shout out One Size Setting Spray.
No shout out to whoever I'm using. Am I supposed to open it?
Well, I want you to see it, but you don't have to now. You don't have to literally sit and go through it on the pod. I just
Oh, I want to see it.
at the end of every single show, we took a photo on stage.
Oh.
And it's pretty much every single photo on Facetune, which I'm livid about.
So many bad outfits.
So the front was supposed to say canceled forever.
It does, kind of.
I honestly like that the front is the first show. I think it's really sweet.
Oh, these are so cute. And why can't I fix that pose? It's so crazy because there was so many things that were why can't Brooke stop doing that pose? And now I'm gonna have to live with it forever.
What, this one?
Where I turned my fucking stupid front foot out so far.
No, I think it's cute. I've always thought that was cute.
I'm in a big fourth position.
Oh my God, all of these shows are so, the memories. Each photo has so many memories. That's what's so crazy.
This is so cool.
Thank you, Meg. Also, Lord knows I did not put the
I was going to
dates.
say that's crazy that you did that.
Meg Slade.
I love this because right now we're discovering put your flashlights up. I just got to the point where we decided put your flashlights up.
Oh, yeah, to make it. I remember it was to piss off someone. We wanted to make our photos as spiteful as possible.
I know who it was, and I'm not going to repeat it, but.
And then I got you a Christmas ornament.
Oh,
Where is it?
Thank you.
No, you have to look at what
And
it is.
now I have a house, so I can.
Wait, that's actually so sweet. This will be for your first Christmas in your house.
Miles will love this one. It says, "Press for pool boy."
It's funny because I bought this, lost it, and then had to order another one online. I've been so determined. You look gorgeous. And honestly, can I say that is one of my favorite things? You crying across the canceled podcast because you look just like this every time. I don't know how you, because I cried too, so much.
Where?
I set for crying though.
I sat.
I
I sat.
didn't set shit, bitch.
I sat. And that's Morphe setting spray.
Yeah, shit's ass.
I'm totally kidding. What's this? 40% off of a DoorDash order? She gave me 40% off of a DoorDash order.
Imagine, in the end, I just gave you hella coupons.
You did.
That's so funny.
You did.
I didn't do that. but they're there.
I really appreciate it. I can take any dollar I can get.
Thank you.
As you know, I just bought a house.
You rich bitch. And thank fuck. Oh, I'm so happy for you.
Well, thank you for my presents. I actually
You're
have
welcome.
yours in the car. I have yours in the car, and I did bring them.
They're at the store still. I don't give presents
Did you ever
to
say
get.
that? Did you ever say that like when I was poor and I went to someone's birthday and I was like, oh, your present didn't get here yet.
Yes, of course. Oh my God. Or I would like steal gifts
but like
for
I
people.
always had like with the intent in mind, like, oh, I'm about to get their present. But it was always like, Brooke, you don't have any money.
No, I would steal gifts for people, but then the gift in question would be like, why are you getting like...
Hello, me waking up on Christmas morning, one morning and getting a cycling bike, a literal like $4,000 cycling bike. Me and my sister, I was only 5 years old. I can't even reach the ground. I don't know how to ride a bike. And this bike cost $4,000. Somebody had a really shitty Christmas morning, and I'll tell you that much.
Oh, fun. How is fun? Any fun updates in our
Yeah,
home?
she just got into a digital marketing class. She's starting to do TikTok live.
We're going to be back here next fucking week. That's honestly my only takeaway. Imagine all of this is for nothing and we never quit. No, but I think it's time we genuinely close out. You have any final thoughts?
Nah.
You know what? My final takeaway is that this has been the greatest, most wild, biggest learning experience, trauma bond, but I mean that with the best, in the best way, of my entire life. And I am so excited for the future. And I love you so fucking much.
I love you. And I love you. Except for those on the Canceled Pod subreddit.
Should we do it? For the last, right?
Yes, since I look so gorgeous.
Thank you guys. Till the end, baby. Thank you guys for listening to the last. Thank you for listening to the final episode of the Canceled Podcast.